Collider Live on a Tuesday, and my big question to you guys, Olive Garden couldn't sponsor this guy? Come on, somebody could sponsor Rocky Balboa. How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
It is Tuesday morning on Collider Live, a small but mighty show here as we welcome in my two co-hosts. But first, don't trust her with your babies. But she is a lasagna fan. It is Roxy Schreier. Hello, Roxy.
It's actually not true. You know how I feel about cheese.
Yeah.
You like
I was gonna
cheeseless
say.
lasagna?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Pasta?
Yeah. Cheese. Have you ever had cheeseless lasagna?
Is there such thing?
No.
No.
Not good.
You just mean pasta and tomato sauce.
With on a
Tray.
Yeah, but it's different pasta, but whatever. Riley, how you doing? Are
I'm good.
you growing out your hair or what? What are we doing here?
We're not doing anything.
No,
yet.
we
I
didn't
don't know.
figure it out?
Do we get some premiere tickets to episode 9?
That's what I was thinking. I I gotta
2.
reach out.
Yeah. Myself and Julie.
And if I can make that happen, then the bet is on.
Then let me go back to Julie to make sure. And
Well, no,
then,
I'm not going to send that email unless I have a confirmation.
All right, let me talk to her.
Fine.
Why do you look tan?
Yeah, why do you look
yeah,
tan? Did you
because
do tanning?
I did a tanning bed last night.
Did you really?
No.
Oh.
I don't know why I look tan. I've been.
Okay.
That was a good sell. That was a good sell.
Yeah. Have
Imagine if
either
I
of you
did a
guys ever done
tanning-
one?
I did it
Before
in,
like a premiere a while ago, yeah, I did because I had to do something for Fandango, and it was like this whole bit that we did to where Dan Peralt was kind of chasing me around and making me like training me like Rocky and how to get ready for the Oscars because we covered the Oscars. So one of those things.
Oh, I remember that
yeah,
actually.
Yeah, so I did one of those things.
Yeah. They're
I
not
used
good.
to love them.
Yeah.
I did them in like college,
It was
and then
it was a
bad.
spray one though, wasn't it?
Oh, so no, you've never done a tanning bed.
No.
It's completely different.
Well, anyway, got
Tanning bed, really bad for you. Spray tan, not bad at all.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I heard. That's why I stopped.
Yeah.
Good.
Except last night when I did one.
Good show, guys. Hey, everybody. So there's big changes going on in the Collider Live universe, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. There's some other movies and shit to talk about for sure. The Oscars, their ratings went up, but that's not the big story of today. The big story of today is that at 11 o'clock, we are going to be joined once again by a now regular of the show on the phone, the former UFC welterweight champion of the world himself, Matt the Terror Serra, will be joining us.
Shit!
I know.
Holy shit!
That's good. I like
a
that
good one.
I don't think I've ever wanted somebody to know my name so bad.
Matt Serra?
Yeah.
It's going to take a while.
I know.
It's going to take a while. He's got mine down.
He's got Christian down.
Christian down, but he's still and God bless his heart. He brings up this show all the time on UFC Unfiltered, and I love him for it. But I think every single time he messes my last name up.
Yeah.
And
What does he say? What is it?
He'll do a Google search and he'll finally get it at the end. But he just
Yeah, that Christian, the guy.
he's the guy, my buddy.
My
He's
buddy.
the guy. That's what he says.
Yeah, I'm just every time I'm be like, hey Matt, Roxy here again. It's Roxy. It's me.
Yeah, no, he's
Just want him to know it. I don't know why.
I love in the fact that we're like texting buddies now, which is amazing. And he,
I want that.
Well, he said to me, he's like, listen, are you watching the Umbrella Academy? And I was like, I'm not. He's
I
like,
am.
No.
Good.
watch
Well, he wants
that.
to talk about it.
Well, I can talk to Matt.
Good.
And I'm sure he's watching Doom Patrol. I think he did the DC app.
He's watching all this shit.
That's my life.
Like he's not a fake geek. He is a full-on hardcore geek, and he wants to talk about the Umbrella Academy. And I am
awesome.
not. I am not one to tell Matt Serra no when it comes to anything. So
No.
So yeah, he's
Punch
good.
you through the microphone, I'm sure.
Yeah, he wouldn't because he's the sweetest guy in the world. But he'd choke you out in a heartbeat. Cody, did we happen to get in touch with our special friend?
Yeah, I hit him up. He said he's not available till at least 11:30.
What a douche.
Okay.
All right, fine. All right, let's get into this then.
11:30.
What the hell's he doing?
I know exactly what he's
SJU.
doing. Yeah.
What's he doing? Oh, SJU.
Yeah, but they don't finish at 11:30.
He's probably taking a nap until 11:30.
They finish after that. He's free now.
He's free now. He's probably prepping, right?
He's got to be prepping.
I don't know what he's doing. We're talking about JTE, obviously. Okay, listen.
I don't
so
know about prep, how much he does for that.
I want to get into this because I don't think that everybody that watches this show understands, and there's about what happened yesterday. Right? There's a big thing that went down yesterday on the social medias.
Oh, boy.
Big stuff. So look, I'm gonna take you back in time here. In 2014, when the Schmoes Know show was going. And it was going good. We had gone from the Toad Hop Network over to AfterBuzz Studios.
I was with you in 2014.
You were. In
Yeah.
2014, we were doing some stuff, and we had a fan at the time, Leanne Lacuter, and she's still a fan now, but she was very, very involved in Schmoes and everything. And so I reached out to her, and I said, listen, why don't we do something on Facebook? Let's do like a group. I said, I don't want to start it because it's weird if I start like the Facebook group, but I'll help you run it, you know? And let's just call it Schmoville. And she's like, let's do it. So she ran it, and she ran it brilliantly, and brought in a lot of admins to do it. And the idea,
I used to love that group.
it was the best.
It was awesome.
It was the best. And the point and the reason why it was so fun is we came up, and her and I came up with these rules. We said, look, the thing is, we don't ever want it to be just like a generic movie group, because they're everywhere, and it doesn't. It's not. It's just lawless, and
Yeah,
there's
it devolves into just nonsense.
And people scream at each other after a while, and
Mm-hmm.
you can't keep up with it because there's no through line to it. So what we should do is just relate it to anything that's happening in the Schmoes universe. So it's Mark and I do a review of The Kingsman. Hey, I just was watching the review of The Kingsman, and I was thinking about Julianne Moore. My favorite performance from Julianne Moore ever was still Alice. What about you guys? And it turns into a conversation about a movie. But
You got to connect the dots, A to B to C.
and it's relating it, and that was the way that we did contests in there, and you would see all the memes, and they did live chats. There were full live chats of the show, and there's live chats sometimes in that group were far superior to the YouTube chat.
It was like 400 plus comments,
and it was amazing. And they would gather every Thursday, and they would get together, and the group just kept building. It went from being nobody there to like 13,000, and it just fast. So when we took it over to Collider, it kept on going, same thing for a long time. After we stopped on doing the Schmoes No Live show, the group didn't really know what to do because Mark and I weren't doing reviews as much. Leanne had stepped away, and Rasika had taken over. Rasika, who is the admin, and does such a great job. Him and the entire team.
Yep.
But they didn't know what to post about because they're like, well, you guys aren't doing shows. You hardly do reviews. Like, we're stagnant over here. What are we doing? So they got rid of the rules, and they said, you guys can talk about movies, whatever it is, and
they just wanted the conversation.
They just wanted the conversation. They wanted the group to be active, and it became exactly what we feared that it would be. And it's just everybody just posting stuff. It didn't relate. They didn't have a personality anymore. And I just talked to Ryan Satin, who had gotten added to the group a while ago, and he's like, yeah, I went in there, and there's just people screaming. It was pretty toxic, and it was getting really toxic at times. And admins did everything that they could to clean it up, get rid of people. They were on it. They were on it. So yesterday, same thing.
It's hard when you have 17,000 people in a group.
It's just hard, but it's also because it was just unruly that people could post about whatever, so they didn't know. And what can you do, right? So yesterday, and to be completely honest with you, like these Schmoes and Schmodown have gone to really that our channel has turned to Schmodown, but we still do reviews. We're more active on that channel than we have been in 3 years. We do a lot more reviews now. We have a lot more material on there. And Schmoville has really become the Movie Trivia Schmodown Facebook group. It really has been. So then last night, when you had you guys were talking about Roma for a bit yesterday, right? So there was a post about Roma, and then I got tagged on it by Jeff Snyder, who I said someone pissed Snyder off and had made a stupid comment and said that because you guys didn't like it, you were racist. Because you didn't like the movie.
Who's you guys?
You and Makuga.
I did like the
which you
movie.
did like it from the way you were saying it. And then someone looped me into it, and I was like, well, I haven't seen the movie, so I wasn't talking bad about the movie. I haven't seen it. So,
it was just my least favorite of the nominated, but
right.
I
So I
liked it
start
fine.
looking at that, and although this post is related to the show, but I'm looking at this, and I'm like, this is just people screaming at each other. I'm like, this is not what this group was supposed to be. So I reached out to the admins, and I said, listen, how about we do this? Collider Live is, to me, everything that the Schmoes Know show was in 2012 when we were on Toad Hop. I was like, let's just turn it into the Collider Live official group. And admins were like, yeah, it would make more sense. It would let us contain it, but it also, they were nervous because we knew that second I changed it, a lot of the fans, this is anarchy, and they're waving their hands like Kermit, screaming and yelling.
Bye.
And
Because what?
Because first of all, people don't like change, and then the other thing that they thought was, now we're not allowed to talk about movies.
No,
we can't talk.
but
No one
same
said
kind
that.
of thing.
No one said that. Yeah. It's just you will see, and people, and what I would tell you is, I've done this a few times. I've done this with groups. I've done this in general, and there's some silly. And there's a hardcore fan of ours, and I'm not going to say his name. What's that?
He's trying to symbol you that somebody's on the phone.
Is it,
Yeah, the guest is on the line.
Oh, we got him.
This wasn't clear to you?
Well, yeah, but I don't know what that is. Just say he's on the phone.
He was trying to signal it to you.
I just wanted you to finish your thought, and then you had something to lead into.
Well, I was going to, but Roxy gave me the stupid phone signal.
He was trying
I did
to,
too.
and you
All
weren't
right, well,
looking
well,
at
all
it.
here.
look,
You
how
know
about-
what?
We got a call right now.
Yeah.
All right, listen.
Caller.
Thank you. All right, hey. So, but let me. I do want to. I do want to finish this thing because
was great.
Look, like I said, we are going to be able to talk about all this stuff. We're all going to be able to talk about. We want to relate it back to movies. We want to do that because we want it. It has personality. It's 5 days a week to do all this stuff, so you can talk about movies. You can relate it back. But then I saw a post, and I was talking. That's what I was talking about. The fan who's a hardcore fan who posted something so silly, and it was in our guest's post. Let's talk to our guest right now. He is the one. He is the only. He's the former Movie Trivia Schmodown team champion for over a year and a half. He is the littlest of evil. He is J. He is T. He is E. Hello, JT.
Hey, what's going on? I still hate hearing that former part. I gotta tell you.
Well, listen, man. Well, hopefully, can you confirm or deny? Is the Magic season 6? Will we be seeing the return of the littlest of evils?
I'm working on it. I'm getting back into fighting shape. Not that, I need to be in fighting shape to do trivia because it kind of comes to me secondhand.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to possibly stepping back in that ring.
Is he going to be at the free-for-all?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know if he's going to be there or not. But we do know that he is beloved. He is evil. He is little, but he is also loved. So evil. Listen, I saw your Facebook post last night, and it read R.I.P. Schmoville. Now, the way I read it was, hey, thanks for the good memories, but it's time for a new era. But some people could have taken it, a different way. How was it intended?
No, it was completely intended like the way you said. Like, Schmoville is something I've been part of since I started with you guys. And to me, it was just like, closing that chapter of the book.
Right.
I just want to have a little bit of closure and be like, I'm going to miss, the old Schmoville page.
That's right.
I didn't think I would get that many comments. All of a sudden, like, my Facebook was blowing up. I was like, well, I was just trying to pay some respect.
Right. It was a hot button topic. And like I said, I saw inside of your thread, there's a fan inside of that thread who I really love. And he's been a really good fan. We've had DM conversations, and he wrote a very silly comment. He said, like, it's just now they're just using it for marketing tools. Well, first of all, Schmoville was always a marketing tool in the first place, but it's not the intent is not a marketing tool as much as it's a conversations community. And that's the big thing. It's like when you go to, like, this morning, even from the change, there's so much more activity in that group this morning. There were memes of you and conversations and polls, and I saw a big picture of all the phrases and stuff. JT, if you go and you look at that page this morning, I think it is very reminiscent of what it was back in 2014.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, I haven't had a chance to look at it this morning. I'm just on my way to work. But, I just posted that because, Schmo was a big part of our lives, my life, especially in this industry, and all of us just kind of becoming film lovers and be able to come together and talk. And I totally get why it's going to the Collider Live. I mean, this is your show now. You guys are doing it 5 days a week. It's basically just same thing, just with a new title.
Right. And what did you think was so special about the page back? Because 2014, 2015 is when it was. 2014, 2016 is when it was popping. So what was so special about that page?
Well, literally just film lovers to be able to come together and have discussions. And I think one of the things that we touted a lot when we were starting Schmoes was the positivity. Like, you would hear about all these other groups and trolls coming in. Schmoville never felt like that. Like, It was the best of the best people. All the people that came in with, like, positive attitudes, nothing but love for film and community and talking. And it was something that we really kind of were proud of. And still to this day we are, but obviously we've gotten bigger than we were back in the day. But it really was like, wow, we kind of have like the best little corner for like people talking about movies.
I couldn't agree with you more, and that was what was really bothering me about what the group was now. People were very mean in the group. Not all of them. It was a minority. It was definitely a minority.
It usually is. They were just the loudest.
It was, and there were a lot of good people in that group that were running that group. But there were some people in there, and it was just getting out of control. And I think what I've seen so far in this iteration of the show, the Collider Live, is that the audience, it feels like that Toad Hop days. It feels like they're in on the inside jokes. They're posting memes. They're having conversations. Everyone watching this show right now, if you're on Facebook, go to that group and request to be a member. It is the Collider Live official group. Join that, because that's the other thing. Because the admins were nervous too, because I knew some people were going to drop out of it last night. I was like, people are going to, I can understand. They're going to leave. I was like, but the new people are going to come in because they don't know about this. Because when you see what it just takes everything from, like, Twitter will get like the mentions, and you'll see the funny memes or the videos, or Thrawn, by the way, who posts these great songs. he can dump all these songs in there now inside of the Facebook group, and people can see their work, the great stuff that everyone's doing.
Also, since we are going 5 days a week, it's a lot to keep up with, and sometimes you need a little refresher on what our inside bits are. Like people posting this stuff, I was like, oh yeah.
Because Twitter's such an ocean, right? And it's like you keep catching things here and there. But like by the way, we do clips on this show. Some of the clip outs that go out all the time. I'd love for the clip outs for people to see, because maybe people missed the show and they just want to see the clip outs. Oh, that looks actually really funny, because we posted that whole Rocky 5 thing yesterday. Oh, JTE, while I have you on the phone.
Yeah.
Did you hear yesterday?
I saw it. Yeah. First of all, let me give a shout out to Alex, who gives the time codes on your guys' Collider Live.
Yep.
Because I'm at work all day and I don't have time to sit there and do 2 hours. Mm-hmm. So I love going through the Collider Live description. I'm like, oh, you talk about Rambo 5, I'm jumping right there. Like, I'm able to jump around, and I also like how you guys put down little clips. But yeah, I saw your Rocky 5 discussion. I jumped into that, of course. Interesting. I'm one of those people who grew up with Rocky 5 as a kid, so I had some love for it.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of quotes from that movie that I still use today, and I think Rocky fans, there's a really cool moments in that movie.
Irrelevant.
Yeah. Irrelevant.
Everything you're saying is fine, but it's irrelevant to the topic of conversation. Shouldn't the heavyweight champion of the world have gotten an endorsement? I saw some stupid comment yesterday on the. I saw some idiot on the comment. He said, "Harloff, you're a moron. This was back then. They wouldn't have offered him an endorsement deal. It was the '90s, idiot." They fucking, Michael Jordan was running around there too. It's like other heavyweight champions have lost all their money. Have other heavyweight champions beaten Russia by themselves?
Right.
So
stop the Cold War dead in its tracks.
But I'm saying, isn't there somebody that would, like a billionaire or a millionaire who just rented Rocky a really nice place? Like, why did they let him go back in the shits after it's like nobody gave a shit. I think it was more of a thing on America's culture that we could just turn our backs on this hero. You weren't bothered by that when you really look into it?
Well, here's the thing. I think you're applying Rocky 4 logic to Rocky 5. Rocky 4 was like a Greek movie that was like David versus Goliath, whereas John C. Avildsen came in to do 5 and was really trying to bring it down to those first 2. And I don't think he wanted to embrace that. I think he kind of wanted to forget Rocky 4 as far as being this epic stage.
Yeah,
John C. Avildsen really in Rocky wanted to bring it back down to the streets.
You're going too technical here, because the whole point, if you want to throw that at me, I'll throw out, like, the whole movie starts with him in the showers in Russia, and then he announces his retirement, and no one says afterwards, "Hey, Rock, don't worry, you don't got to go live in that shithole. Everything that you did, I'm going to put you up in Hawaii for the next 10 years, and you can do whatever you want. Eat pineapples with Adrian."
Yeah. It's tough when you think about it. I think a lot of it was based on, remember Joe Louis fought in World War II and went there and fought Max. I can't remember Max, some last German name, and came back, and he got, the government went after him for taxes to the point where he was broke.
Right.
He was able to have friends that helped him out a little bit.
Joe Louis was a black man in the 40s who was disrespected and was was a guy that should. He was another guy that's a perfect argument. He should. Fuck us for doing that to Joe Louis, because Joe Louis was a hero and beat Max Schmeling.
I'm so happy we're back here.
Yeah, right?
But shouldn't have Rocky got a sponsorship or something? I mean, he could have done something. He had a pet turtle. He had a
right.
Turtles. He could be
Lincoln Cuff.
Hey, you see this pet shop? They're doing
dogs. Butt Kiss. He could have been an ambassador for dogs.
Dog. I mean, these are the important questions we're asking JT right now.
Come on, JT. You got to be on our side here.
I get it. I'm with you. At the same time, I think they weren't thinking that broad. They were like, let's just bring it back to the streets and forget all of the logic.
I'm getting tired of your Kubricking me here. I want you to go into the story here and tell me why America turned their backs on Rocky in Rocky 5. I'm not talking about Avildsen. I'm not talking about anything except the fact that we should have given this.
You're scratching the surface, JT. Yeah. Go deep here.
And that's my other favorite thing yesterday. Someone, Christian's taking this way too serious. No shit, motherfucker. This is serious. This is serious business.
It's very serious.
Serious business.
Rocky 5,
this is Rocky 5. All right, JT, look. Yeah, I think. Go ahead.
I wish I knew who the president was during that.
That's what I mean.
Like, was it a fictional president? Was it whoever was president at the time? Was it Bush?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, right. Maybe they didn't like Rocky's politics. All right, listen, JT, go do whatever you do, and we'll see. Eventually, we got to get you in studio.
Yeah, one of these days for sure.
Do you work? Do you work every day?
That go on around the same time.
Do you work every day?
Yeah, man, Monday
You do.
to Friday.
All right, that sucks. All right, fine.
If I ever get a day off, I will let you guys know first.
Please.
There it is.
I'll see you Friday, JT.
See you Friday, Roxy.
All right, we miss you. Bye, JT.
Later, dude.
All right, JTE joining us, and like I said, yeah, he's right. Though the group was great, but it's time for a change. There will be the one thing that I had to put to rest for everybody on that group is that who thinks they can't talk about movies. No, you can't. We want to relate it to the universe. It's like if you go relate it to the universe. So go in today, and we're gonna let's say what's one of the big stories we're gonna talk about today.
One of the big stories is Rotten Tomatoes removed the audience reaction to it
To Captain Marvel.
To Captain Marvel.
Okay,
so that when people actually see it, they can put something.
All right, so then we are going to talk about that a little later. It's a perfect example. Hey, I heard Roxy's take on Captain Marvel and Rotten Tomatoes.
Take.
Very interesting that she said this. Here's my overall thoughts. What do you guys think? And it turns into a whole big discussion. Right. It's that simple.
How many times have we referenced movies in a conversation that might not be about movies?
It's that simple. And I just hate, and I saw, again, a silly thing. Oh, someone had coffee. What kind of coffee do you like? Don't be a douche. Like, don't be a douche. It's like, that's the point is you can be creative with it and figure it out. Just move around and start like intelligent conversations.
Hopefully, our conversations spark something that makes you want to say something.
Right.
Whatever that is that we're talking about, movies or otherwise.
But go over there and join the Collider Live official group.
Look at it this way, though. When people jump in the chat, right, for this show, and they're like, they're not talking about this movie, blah, 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 and everybody goes, that's the show, or, win a goldfish, or whatever it is. You can do if somebody does something funny or stupid like that. Hey, we got a Collider Live Army. Go, that's the show. Drop in a gift. Have fun.
It's very easy.
Be nice.
Yeah.
But it's like this is what it is now. You guys will get it.
People don't realize how that the group just became like there were no new members joining at all because it was just
stagnant.
It's just a generic movie group.
Right.
It's like now it's going to have more personality, more flavor, and the admins over there are kicking ass. It's Graham, Kristen.
A new blood.
Rasika, yeah. It's a great page. So go on over and join it now. It's Collider Live official group.
Something you mentioned earlier, not exactly related to this, but I wanted to, because he's not here, say something because I'm not trying to speak for Makuga, but when you throw the R word at somebody, that's really serious. And people were throwing the R word racist at Makuga. And because they were talking about Roma, now I want to clarify something that he said that might have been confusing, but when he was talking about not being able to recognize the cast members, he was talking about the fact that they're in a wide shot, it's in black and white, and it's slightly out of focus. He's
I never
not
took
talking,
it any other way.
Well, a lot of people did, and I was
Yeah.
seeing a lot of comments, and it was really unfair to him because he was talking about the cinematography, and how, and he asked me the question. Literally, there will be a minimum of 5 people in every single shot, and you can't, if you're watching on your, because you're not seeing it in theaters, it's on Netflix. If you're watching it on your computer, there's not many close-ups, and that's the only thing he was referring to.
It's funny. I totally believe you. Obviously, I didn't take it that way. I guess maybe at all.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I know him so well too. It's just.
And then also just cautioning people, like that word should be saved for people who are that word. And it's not a good thing to put out into the ether unless you actually feel that way about somebody.
It's this problem with social media. It's a problem with social media. People do this stuff all the time to where it's just like, because it's a conversation that's out there, conversations that need to be had, but we talk about it all the time. It's just people just going on social media, and especially when they have a line to someone. That's what drives me nuts. It's like you have a line to someone and you can talk to someone and say, hey, listen, like I have a question about this. I have a question about that.
And I wouldn't have minded at all if somebody phrased it that way, especially towards him, like, hey, Makuga, you said this. Is this what you meant? Or what did you mean? Please clarify your comments.
Yeah. Man, I couldn't see anything because it was a wide shot the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
And
because then it becomes that gang up culture where everybody just picks up that thread and they start going, and then you're like, well, I don't even know what they're talking about other than this really bad word that can be associated with certain people. But yeah, it's a great point, Roxy. Please let's
Use words like
there
that.
There are
with
people
caution.
out there that you can use.
Remember, Christian, one of the only times I ever, and I won't say who, but got really upset on this show, and I'm not talking about the suck my dick comment.
Right.
The only time I got walked in legitimately heated is because
I remember.
somebody threw that word around about me, and they were saying it as a joke, and it's not effing funny.
Right.
It's not funny.
Right.
Because first of all, I'm not. None of us are, and second
people
of all,
can interpret it the wrong way.
People can interpret it the wrong way, and it can destroy somebody's life if that word is associated with them, and they're not.
It's the truth, and I think, and it's a lot, and people don't realize it sometimes. I mean, whether it's a joke or whether it's a hashtag or whatever it might be, you got to be careful with that stuff because it is. We are living in a very, very. It's a sensitive time. It is an important time, and there are certain things that are very important that you don't want to turn into a conversation against people where it's not warranted. Yeah. So just be careful. That's the main thing. And again, and all of this from this page, because I am going to be and to be honest, I just wasn't paying a lot of attention to that group. Because
it didn't spark your interest because it was about random ass shit.
It was just I would tune in and was like, oh, I just saw a movie with my grandmother last night. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But
Fabulous.
yeah, and it wasn't related to anything that was kind of going on in the universe, and that was what that page was about. I was like, oh, I can join anywhere. So I just haven't been active there, But I've been very active in the Movie Trivia Schmodown page because it's obviously related to everything there. But last night I was very active in the group, and I was listening and watching, and I want to hear what people think of the episodes and conversations, their favorite moments. I could do polls there. It's like it becomes a whole thing and a whole conversation. It's like because people sometimes just like to last night I was looking at some of these complaints, and a lot of the complaints were I understood the concern, and a lot of complaints were just dumb. They were just dumb. There were a lot of complaints that were dumb that didn't understand, and it makes me feel like these are people that have been following what I've been doing since 2014.
A little bit of trust.
Trust me.
A little bit.
Like I've done these groups. I've done these things before. I started the Schmobil thing in the first place.
And also, Christian, you're always somebody where if something's not working, you'll change it. And so that means if this doesn't work, that will be give trust to Christian.
Right.
If you've trusted him thus far, he's not going to just put his foot down and be like, no, this is what's happening. It's because it's what he thinks is the right move.
I want to turn that page into something special again. Yeah. And I bet you right now I want to go look and I want to during the break I'm going to see how many new members we got. I get excited about this.
It's a great time to join if you haven't been a part of it and being a part of the Schmoville group was confusing to you or you didn't know what or you fell off of it. It's a great time to get involved.
It is. So anyway, go on over there, guys. Collider Live official group. And I'm going to do contests and a whole bunch of things. You know what I think I want to do in that group?
What?
I think I'm going to give away 2 free tickets to the free-for-all. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to give 2 free tickets away in that group. Yeah, I'll do that for sure. But the other thing we're going to start, and I might give. Shoot, I'm feeling pretty good about that group. You know what else I'll do? I'm going to do a discount code for that group, just for that group to start. And I'll put in, for people who want to get tickets to the free-for-all, I'll do a discount. If you join that group, I'll post a code in there to where you can get a discount on tickets for the free-for-all.
For everybody?
For everybody. If you join the group, then I'll put a code in there. I will also give away 2 free tickets.
Wow.
So that's what I'll do.
And that's not all.
No, that's it.
I feel like you're like, and if you put it in 1995, you get a second thing of wax for your car.
But that's what I'll do. Cody's going nuts back there now. Yeah. How many did you do? But how many new code sound bites did you get?
Just 3. They're all Mance.
They're pretty. Are those all Mance?
These are all Mance at the Oscar party.
Yeah.
That holy shit was Mance?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Yeah. Holy shit! That was when First Man.
That's, dude. I thought that was from a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Cody.
That's him running
God
through
bless your heart.
Yeah, he's running through on the live stream. There it is.
Cody, you are a genius. I love Cody's. Cody, you have.
I thought we weren't being heard during that.
We recorded it separately on a card so you can clip it out.
Got it.
It is amazing.
Because my heart just dropped
about all the stuff that
about everything that I turned around to Jay and said, "Shut the fuck up, Jay! Shut up!"
Got to get him on too. So I'm working to try. Riley's gonna reach out to him.
Come on,
we got to get him on.
I love him.
Yeah, that's another thing I will tell anyone of our colleagues or our peers that we work with that wants to be on this show.
Can you text us? Can you not tweet at us?
Well,
you should have a professional in there.
Right. That's so silly. Well,
I see
that's
you.
Silly. I had yesterday again. The conversation was like, how come I haven't been there to talk about Roma for a half an hour? Because I don't want to talk about any movies for a half.
You also
half an
haven't
hour.
even seen it yet.
I don't want to talk about full movies for a half an hour. I don't want to talk about the whole big controversy with Green Book and everything too. Let other people do that. We can talk about it for a little bit.
But he is a professional critic.
I don't want to deal with that. This is not what this show is. We'll talk about it for a little bit. We'll move on. It's like I don't want to see how much more you know about movies than we do. I don't care about that. I just want to have conversations and to say anytime anybody wants to be on this show, anybody, you know Mark Reilly.
Hey,
you know his email address. We're not one of these shows to where it's just like everyone's, hey, do you want to be on the show? You know where we are. Ask us to be on the show.
I know.
That's that simple. It's like, well, they should ask me. No. You know where we would do 5 days a week.
Hit me up.
Roka did the same thing. Roka's like, how come you never asked me to be on? I was like, how come you didn't ask me on? Can I be on? Yes. When? How about Thursday? Great. Now he's on the show. He's on Thursdays and Fridays. Like, you got to ask.
Yeah,
because
we can't, just send a bunch of emails and like, hey, can you be
like Jean-Claude Van Damme doesn't have to ask. We'll find him. James Roday, who's coming on tomorrow, doesn't have to ask.
Yeah.
Steve Renazzisi doesn't have to ask. Right? Like the people who've been around for a little bit and Ben Bateman will have to ask. Yeah, they all have to ask, and so that sounds.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I agree, though. All these people tweeting. Well, how come I haven't been on? Are you kidding?
Just email. It's that simple.
Text, email,
And
whatever.
Well, the other thing is too. It's like it's a lot easier for people to go. Well, they should have this person on. They should have these people on. They should have this. What kind of budget do you think we have on the show? The answer is nothing.
We are literally in a closet right now. We are in a closet that smells good only today because of Christian's drink, but usually like feet.
I hate that smell.
I sprayed Febreze this morning.
You hate this?
No, I hate the smell of hazelnut coffee.
I
For
love
some
it.
reason, it doesn't work for me. It's just
Thank God you brought that in today. I was so happy.
But I mean, it's
Sorry,
again, it's like there's no budget here. I mean, come on.
Remember we lost a mic, and we just never got a new one.
No, Cody. I mean, have you noticed? We used to have 5 people in that room. There's 2. It's Cody and Alex. And eventually Alex will leave. Because
he's too good.
Pay Alex in insults is what we pay Alex.
Compliments. We love him.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, give me a break.
Yeah.
It's like we get you on when we get you on.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
5 days a week we're on.
5 days a week. 5 days a week.
5 days a week we're on.
All right, what's going on? We talked a lot.
Almost like Hanukkah.
A lot of nonsense. Now we get news. I want to look. I'm going to check.
All right, guys. Pokemon trailer. Holy shit! There is a Machamp directing traffic. Oh my God, Mewtwo. I'm a little pissed that they spoiled the Mewtwo in there, but that's totally fine. Dude, Pikachu. Oh my God, dude. He's like, I'm Pika. That's exactly what I'm thinking about. Growlithe as the police officers. The Arcanines are probably the bigger ones. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I want to Machoke myself right now. Oh my God. Oh.
I'm looking forward to what
These people need to talk more about Pokemon.
Is the next trailer going to spoil too much?
I don't know. Either way, it's not going to matter. It's really not going to matter because this thing's incredible.
There you go. We were hijacked by the Wangers, and I'm excited about it. By the way, check out the Wangers movie, The Runner. It's on. You can go Amateur Hour Films. Check it out. I watched it last night.
How was it?
It's really good. They shot it very well.
Can somebody remind me to do that when we leave?
Just check it out.
I just always forget, and I want to watch their stuff.
Yeah. I had to ask Cops to because I wanted it because it was one of those things. The ending, I thought I had it figured out, but I wanted to talk to him about it first. And I was on the right path.
How long is it?
Oh, it's short. I think it's like what's it, like 5 minutes, Cody?
6 minutes.
Thank you, Copster. Appreciate it. But Copster, yeah, good job, brother. I was really you directed the whole thing, right?
Yeah, and these guys helped me produce it, and it was we shot it back in December, and it was like a nice little I think this is the first short film we ever did together where we actually all produced it. We watched multiple cuts and made different edits. We had reshoots. Guys, we had reshoots, and it turned out fine.
Oh, man. You're lucky, because that means bad things.
Well, there you go. It's right there.
So, thank you, guys.
Thank you. Got it.
That's
absolutely.
awesome.
Are you in there for the whole show, or are you just coming in to talk about Pokemon?
No, we did it for the bit. I got to go back to work.
You know what I saw yesterday that was effing awesome and so freaky?
Don't spoil True Detective for me.
No.
All right.
Greta.
Really?
Holy crap, that movie has me shook.
Really?
It's the Chloe Grace Moretz.
No idea that
was
coming
my God.
out.
It's coming out on Thursday. It is called Greta. It's like Fatal Attraction meets Prisoners, maybe. It is.
Who's in it?
Chloe Grace Moretz and that French woman who won an Oscar.
That's right. Okay. I know what you're talking about here.
No.
Isabel Huppert.
Yeah.
Huppert.
Yeah.
Probably better.
Oh, it's so creepy.
Is it really good? Okay,
it's so creepy.
I'm gonna give you.
I'm glad to hear that because I just saw the trailer. I'm like, where did that come from?
It's creepy as shit. I'm not saying it only has a 69 or something on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm not saying it's the best movie of all time, but I am saying that if you like things that make you like,
yeah, it's that.
that.
I'm trying to check here. I'm gonna look at the Facebook group, and I want to see how many new members we picked up here just from today, and see what the conversation's like, because I would like to take
9?
maybe 9. I want to take some.
less.
Well, I want to take some questions from the Facebook group. I want to do because that's something we used to do in Schmobile all the time.
I love that.
Let's do so. Post some questions, guys, and you know, maybe I don't know if Rasika's watching right now, but if we do like an official post of official questions for the Collider Live crew, and we'll come in and we'll check that out. But we will talk about. Look at this. They already have. See,
there's a post up of the show.
I see
right
it,
now.
and that's my point is that now the live chat is already up, and they're talking, and there's a couple of there's over 200 members that joined.
In the last hour?
Over 100 that just joined in the last like 10 minutes apparently. So there you go. So we got a lot of new people, and we're very excited about this. So keep on, have that post of questions. We'll go back and Reilly go into the group and check out some questions.
I'm in right now. Lots of pictures of Roxy's face as we talk about Rocky 5.
Okay, good. See, there you go.
There it is.
But I don't understand the bit. I'm so confused. I'm just a little girl.
But he could have gotten a sponsorship, you know?
I know, he
It's
should've.
just
Oh my
it's something they
God.
turned his
They
back.
blew it. They blew it.
There's a Pokemon trailer at least.
There is one out, and the other thing though, before we get into that, the Oscars, we talked about this that we were curious if the ratings would go up.
Yeah,
I was under the impression that they wouldn't. I didn't think anyone would give a shit. I was wrong. The ratings were up. How high did they go?
They went to 29.6
Last year
million
was what?
viewers, and I'm going to try to find it. It's 7.7 rating in the.
I don't know what
that doesn't matter to me.
I never understood that.
Yeah.
Me either. The Nielsen and all that shit. I don't even know what Nielsen is.
Well, it says they are
Also
up
don't
for
know
the
anybody.
first time in 5 years.
Well, there you go. So let's see.
what?
After all that, the Oscar ratings did indeed rise, following the year's lowest-rated telecast ever. Indeed, in the days following The Shape of Water Best Picture win in 2018.
Last year at 26.5, this year at 29.6.
I was trying to get there, but thank you, Roxy. I appreciate
That's the question. I
was
didn't
trying to
want you to
read
read
the
the whole. You really wanted to
I
read the whole
wanted to. I
thing.
want to let people know that's from Collider, but now I
God.
don't have to anymore. No, it's okay. Now they're just showing Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga kissing on the bottom there. I saw your reaction to that. Whose hand were you holding the whole time? You're holding someone's hand while you were watching that.
Was it mine?
You weren't holding your own hand. There was someone, unless it was a ghost.
Was my friend Janie?
Oh, I guess.
Might have been
That's
your
why I said,
friend.
who was it? How would I know it was Jeannie if I've never seen Jeannie before?
Her name's Janie.
Janie. How would I know that? So, was it Janie? I'm sure.
I brought a girlfriend.
Was it Greta?
It was interesting. I was actually really nervous about it because I brought a girl that is not a part of our crew at all.
Right.
And it like.
I didn't recognize any of those people. in the
Yeah, there were
audience.
so many people here that I didn't know. But
Who were those people?
like
Did they just
wives
wander in?
and husbands
Oh, okay.
and whatever.
Are they nice?
Some of them.
No. Some of them were not?
Some of them were loud.
Oh. Loud and mean or loud?
It's loud.
All right, loud.
Not louder than that.
No, but there's
Not
something
louder
about
than that.
Mance. There's something about Mance that never bothers
No,
me.
I know. He's got that thing. I'm telling you, you've been to a screening with him. He walks in like he's the mayor.
Yeah.
It's like when you.
Oh, hey.
There he is.
Yeah.
That's
There
the
he
guy.
is. There he
yes,
is. There
right
he is.
there. That's the guy.
I was with
but
him
he
last
does
night
this.
at Greta.
But he does that in the screening. Like, so it's quiet. And it's just kind of attitude. But the second he walks in, everybody starts to smile because when's he gonna come say hi to me?
There he is. That's the guy. What do you think? What do you think? I say it's going to be great.
Yep.
I think it's going to be great. I'm worried about this one. We'll see. There he is. That's
He
the
makes
guy.
you feel like $1 million.
Yeah.
And he knows when to get in, get out.
Yeah.
Jay did not know when to get in, get out. Mance knew when to get in, get out.
Which is crazy because Jay's such a good comedian.
Oh,
and you figure his timing
The
would
best.
be.
He's such a good comedian.
He's so good because Mance, I would not go to see do stand up because you'd be exhausted. You wouldn't be able to watch anybody else.
Okay, 20-minute set on La La Land alone is.
Yeah, it was good. I'm gonna when I come back and do stand up, I'm gonna do
When you come back. huh?
3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes on Rocky 5. I promise. I don't care.
Well, it needs to be
Promise you
said.
can't keep.
Oh, I'm saying if I do, but I would definitely. I'm gonna do it, and Rocky 5. I mean, if it indeed happens. So get ready for it, you fucks. All right. What's next?
What's next? I want to get your opinion on this. You knew about my Gremlins idea, right?
Yeah. Is that what they're
Well,
doing?
it looks like they're
Prequel?
getting. There's going to be an animated series now in the
Prequel?
works at Warner Media, and it's a prequel.
Look at
and
you.
it's all about Mr. Wing and young
Footer?
Gizmo.
Oh, okay.
Now, yeah, mine even goes back before that.
Futterman, yeah.
So, Warner Brothers, if you're listening, I want that.
Well, who's doing it? Who's doing it?
It's Warner Brothers, and they're looking for right now a showrunner to do it. It's the darkly humor Christmas thing is going to be.
Sei Chun is doing it, right? So you need to.
The late Key Luke played, yeah. So they're looking for
Writing
a Chinese actor to voice the role this time around.
You're talking about actors. I'm trying to get you a job here. Writing and executive producing the series is
Sei Chun.
Sei Chun. You need to find out how to get in touch with Sei Chun and get that. Is it him or her?
I don't know.
I would assume him.
Okay. Yeah,
I know. I
bring
want to
up
get
Sei
in
Chun.
there. Kevin. I got to get to Kevin Reilly. He's the Warner Media executive, and we have the same last name, so he'll probably take my call.
Yeah, you know what? You should do that. You should go reach out to Kevin Reilly. And
Well, I
see
want
if
to
you
do
can
the
become a writer.
movie that can go right into this series.
You wouldn't,
Because
take
that's
you wouldn't
exactly.
take a writing job on this show?
Yeah, no, I would.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I would
What are you
take that.
talking about?
Yeah.
Take the writing job. What the
I will
hell's wrong
do
with
that.
you? Movie's one movie.
Yeah.
You got a full show.
This is interesting. Do you think this could work?
About you getting the job? Yeah, I think
Yes,
you should.
that
You should,
can work.
You should
No, but
email the guy.
I will.
What's wrong? You don't like to email people?
Cover letter.
Cover
Resume.
letter,
You write
resume.
You write a cover letter.
Samples.
What would you say?
I have the sample. The thing's done.
What would you say to these people?
I would say
writing a job.
I would
Tell me,
say
I want to hire you. Tell
to
me.
whom it may concern.
Yes. Bad start, but go ahead.
Great start.
You think it's a good start?
Every great letter starts with that.
Right.
As
Very
a
personal.
So
as
whom
a-
is, you don't want to go directly to the top. You just want to.
as a huge fan of
maybe
the
an assistant will
Gremlins
get it.
of the Gremlins movies,
Right.
I thought that the story needed to be told of how Gizmo got to the States.
It's just too
How
long
did
so
he get-
far. Give me a little bit more.
So that's the big question. How did Mogwai make it to the States?
Right.
Well, I suppose that it actually happened during the Cold War in the 50s, in the period piece. The Mogwai makes it over. Guess who does it? Murray Futterman.
Okay, you know what you just did? You just allowed me to say, okay, thank you very much, and then these guys just stole your.
You know
they
what?
stole your bits.
Here's the
They
thing
just
about
stole,
being
right. They just stole his bits, didn't they? I think that they
Here's
did.
the thing about being a writer.
You can always
I get
come up with more
drafts.
ideas.
Yeah.
I get to put my thoughts down. I get to take my time
not,
on this.
Yeah, but why not tell them you have great ideas and you'd like to meet them?
Well,
Why
great.
would you
So
give
this
them your
is my
idea?
notes.
Why
This
would-
is my notes.
Why would you give them your idea inside of that letter? Why would you do something
Well,
like
I
that?
just gave my idea to a lot of live
just gave it
I'm
to
viewers
them.
right now.
50-50 with you guys right now, though, because you have to give them enough that they trust you,
Yeah.
and also know yourself and trust yourself enough that Reilly could come up with 50 more ideas, and nobody could do that idea as well as Reilly could.
But why
'Cause you
not
wanna
show him? Why not
tease
show
it.
him he's a passionate fan without giving him the
because
bits?
everybody's a passionate
Why-
fan. You got to give him a little bit. You can't give him
You
as
want him
much
the
as he
bits?
just
You want to
gave.
give him the bits.
You got to give him some of your bits.
All right, fine.
From what
Give
I've
me
been
some
told.
of the bits.
1 bit, 2 bit.
All right, Matt Serra sorry, he's going to do 250. Sorry, he's going to be.
Say great. My co-host
11:15.
Roxy Stryer and I are so excited.
All right, so he's going to be in at 11. So you know what? Let's get Ryan Satin.
He's going, what, 11:30?
He's coming in 11. Sarah's going to call in at 11:15.
Did you use my
11:15.
name?
No.
Okay.
Maybe should we? I don't know. We can. I guess we can do Satin at 11:30.
Wasn't even
We'll figure it
close.
out.
We'll figure it out. We got a break.
Figure
to,
it out.
you
We got a
know,
break
we
into
do
it. Yo, shosh. All right. People were very upset that we didn't play the Chicken and Beer song yesterday.
People were upset that we also didn't do for the first time since it's been done.
What?
Win a goldfish here.
He played it yesterday.
They said he didn't.
They lied.
There it is.
When,
We
Tom
hit
was-
quota.
Oh, when Tom came on?
He did. Yeah, he played it. They were wrong.
They were also, there's comments, they were like, I really think you should have brought Dennis in there.
We did.
We did.
We did.
Time codes.
Couple more Roxy should get
Okay.
AIDS. So,
Okay.
I mean, you gotta.
Oh, God. Chicken and beer. Thanks. Now it's going to be in my head all
Everybody now.
frickin' day. There's a reason why we didn't play it. I didn't want it in my head all day.
Chicken and beer. Chicken and beer. Bang.
Wow.
Little bit of clickbait.
Did you hear he was playing Owen Wilson in
Oh,
there?
wow. Good
for you.
He was adding Owen Wilson in there. Yeah, it's good.
Wow. What are you playing?
I have no idea. I was sent a couple. People send me videos now. They send me videos to play on the show, and sometimes I remember them and want to play them, and sometimes I want to play them and forget them, and other times I think they're stupid. But there was one that this guy showed me, and I actually showed my daughter yesterday too. I don't know where it's from, but there was like this meeting. It must have been from like the 80s or 90s, and it was like this board meeting, and I thought it was like just a sound effect, but it turns out someone like ripped one. Like a really loud
fart?
Put like put city council fart. See what happens. I don't know. Maybe it comes out. But and they all start cracking up. Yeah, that's it. That's it. City council fart. Bring the. I don't know. I did not know that was the name of it. But watch this. Turn it up.
I moved to add the emergency clause.
Second, adding the emergency clause.
Play the whole clip.
Discussion. Mayor, would you like to speak regarding this?
How did they have their...
Watch.
That's a first.
What was your question?
But they don't even ask who did it.
The agreement for architectural daylighting.
To try to go and continue the meeting. They're all dying that. But who did that?
Do you think the guy who said that's a first did it?
Yeah. No, I don't know. But look, watch. She tries. She tries really hard.
Make this stuff up. This is a revolving loan that comes from community. Stop. Community
Someone does
Development
another one,
grant
too.
money. We've been working on this with the state for literally months. It's
Watch.
been passed through the county.
What is happening?
Who did it?
How did they do this?
Like I want to.
It sounds like somebody...
She gave up. She
You
gave
know,
up.
long after we're gone, they're still going to be discussing.
That's great. So anyway, someone sent that to me, and then the other one that the guy sent.
I don't understand how you can do that.
Rip one in the middle.
Yeah.
I think it must have been somebody who didn't realize that they did it.
What do you mean?
Like maybe like a special needs person or something. I don't know. Something.
Then they don't know that it's coming out.
It's it's just kind of sitting there and.
But how did it get so amplified? It was like somebody had their microphone.
That's true. That's true.
That was a loud ass.
But if you're on that council, don't you look over and go, "Come on, who did that?" Like if we're sitting around here and someone ripped a bomb,
Yeah, but
I'd be
they're
like,
not
"Roxy,
sitting
cut it
around.
out."
It's not a podcast studio. They're like trying
They
to
were
make
like
decisions.
making rules. It's someone just tore one out, and then the same guy who sent me that sent me one. Can you do guy plays wine glass music? See, I don't know if that's gonna come out. Guy plays wine glass music. I don't know if it's gonna come out, but like he just sent it. Is that I actually think that was it. Let me see, which one is it? No. Yeah, I don't know.
Is this like Miss Congeniality status?
It was really good. Guy plays wine glass music. Just take the music out of there and see what happens. Yeah, I don't know where it is. He sent it to me.
While you're looking for that, I would like to give a public apology.
To who?
A public apology.
You don't do that a lot.
To Olivia Colman.
As you should.
A public apology when Josh yesterday said that Olivia Colman and Glenn Close were around the same age, and I didn't disagree. Olivia Colman's in her 40s and Glenn Close is in her 70s.
She's younger than Roca, by the way. She's younger than Roca. Literally. That's not even like one of our funny Roca jokes. She's younger than Roca.
It's a public. She's closer to Lady Gaga's age.
Yeah.
Who's in her 30s. So on behalf of Josh, and I guess by proxy myself.
By proxy Roxy.
By proxy Roxy.
Duly noted. We're going to enter this into the books.
It's only because of how amazing Glenn Close looks.
That's a good save.
Okay.
Yeah, good
Looks
save.
really young.
All right, cool. What else is going on in the movie news?
As I mentioned up top, Rotten Tomatoes did make a statement that they are removing the Captain Marvel want-to-see percentage score after being inundated with, what would you call those
Negativity?
people? Negativity.
Well, you see
of
Zach
saying
Levi?
a lot of people that didn't want to see it.
Did you see Zach Levi?
I did see Zach Levi.
Did you see this?
No.
Bring up the Zach Levi response.
And it's very sad how
Zach
they
Levi said something bad about.
No. Exact opposite.
Oh, okay.
He stuck up for Captain Marvel and said, "Listen, we could both play in this universe.
It's just
let's
so
treat
dumb.
it with respect. Please do this." And then he got it.
Yeah. Look,
and then people start turning on him.
the war is so dumb. It's such a dumb war. It's one of these things to where when Marvel fans have things like, oh my God, this movie's going to be so bad, DC, and DC's like, no matter what, like it doesn't matter what Marvel puts out, they just want it to fail. It's like just watch the movie.
And one guy clapped back at him, and then he clapped back.
see
He's
it.
like, "Oh, you talked me out of
So
seeing Shazam."
You can play the whole audio.
There are people out there making a lot of like really inflammatory, defamatory, and completely fictitious like reviews and posts of Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, and trying to pit Shazam against it, and saying they're going to support us and not them because of things that they are, by the way, making up. Things that they're saying they saw some screening and this, that, or the other is in the movie. That I just found this out last night, and for anyone out there who thinks you're doing me a favor, or you're doing Shazam a favor, or you're doing Warner Brothers, or what, you're not. This is not helping anyone or anything. There is no competition. Just because Shazam used to be called Captain Marvel way back in the day doesn't mean that somehow Brie or Marvel's Captain Marvel are pitted against us. We're both movies and we're both going to be out in theaters at similar times, and the irony of that timing is really interesting for sure. But there is no conspiracy, guys. You need anyone out there who's holding on to some bone like they need to pick a side and pick a fight is sorely mistaken. And I really hope that you'll just chill on that. Don't go and engage in that type of behavior anymore. If you want to be passionate about either movie, rock and roll. If you want to be passionate about both movies, rock and roll. But going, this is really low blow type of stuff. To be going and lying, first of all, is just, the bottom of the barrel to me. But to be lying in an attempt to discredit or defame somebody, I think is just really sad. So
there you go. So I mean, that was
you did a great job with that.
Great post. I mean, look, it surprised me 0% that he got pushback on that, because it's one of those things to where, like Michael Caine says in Dark Knight, some men just want to watch the world burn. And there are people out there they're just turds, and they want to hate it. They want to hate whatever it is. It doesn't matter if it's Marvel or it doesn't matter if it's DC. There are people out there who just I don't know what it is, and it's the same thing. You don't know what's going on in people's lives. There's a person I think of out there right now who makes comments and videos and things too, and I don't even comment on it because I think that the guy might just be a really disturbed dude.
You know what though? I agree. You don't know what's going on in somebody's life, but I also push back against that, because no matter what's going on in your life, you can still choose to be better.
I know, but I still don't know what happened in this person's I don't know what their family life was like. I don't know what his parents were like.
I don't know, Christian, but there are still people who have had worse lives than whoever you're talking about who have turned out better.
You're not wrong.
So I just don't want to give excuses to anybody out there.
Right.
When you have a crappy life, and it happens to all of us where we're going through the ringer. And maybe you go through the ringer harder than other people. You can still wake up and make the decision to be a good person.
No, you're right.
You can still do that.
There are people out there who just want to be dicks and get a kick out of it and laugh about they're talking about me. I'm a dick.
There are people who have had
like that.
legitimate circumstances that make them that way. Yeah. But you can always choose. You can start today. You can start anytime you want to start being a nicer person. Right. You can.
Yes. Well, we'll see if that happens. The answer is no. Okay. What's you know what? Why don't you go to the group for a second? Go to the Facebook group. See if they got that post out. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't.
They did.
They did. Okay. I'm
looking at it.
Okay. Let me just throw it this way. We were already at 76 comments. This post.
That's awesome.
Went up 14 minutes ago.
That's what I'm saying. And then how many? You know what, Cody? Can you bring up that group? The Collider Live Facebook group. And there you go. You got it right there. Perfect.
Remember when Cobster came in the booth and they did that funny thing?
That was funny. Let's zoom in. I want to see how many. So look at that. Look at that page. And did you see the top of that page, Reilly? What they did?
No, what? Oh.
In honor of, we lost Dylan, who was a Schmobill member back in the day. Jesus. The great John Schnepp, and there he is. Cal.
I didn't. I just saw that.
There it is. So,
thank you.
Yeah.
You're going to make me tear up.
Well, look, here's my point. So last night when I went last night when I went to sleep, the page had 13,950. We're now already at 14,158 members. It's the largest it's ever been, and it's growing. So there we go, guys. As we thought, this group is going to be building up. So let's go down a little bit there. I can read some of the comments, actually. Are you going to do a post? Go ahead, do a post.
Yeah.
You can do a post? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Cody just put a post and said hi. As I was sorry.
Alex did.
As Alex.
Oh, good. That's why it's still pending. All right, so Rasika put out the questions. All right, let's go to the top there. The previous questions. We'll get to some of these questions here, all the way to the top, please. And we'll this is beautiful. Now this is something we couldn't do back in the day. Oh, Fake Ken has a question. Okay, so Fake Ken asked, "Hey, Collider Live, what was the last movie you guys ugly cried at?" Well, we did talk about that on Friday.
Yeah,
so
we did.
I'm gonna.
How to Train Your Dragon 3.
By the way, thank goodness I wasn't here on Friday.
Why?
Thank goodness.
What happened?
You guys talking about Robert Kraft? My whole body. I was so sad.
Wait a minute.
What's going on?
You just brought it up.
No, but I didn't. I'm just saying I'm glad I was not here.
Did you just face
just brought it
the second the news came up?
Just so hard. It first of all, and I know I'm going to get so much crap for this, I feel bad for the guy. As long as it comes out that he did not know about this,
the soliciting,
the sex trafficking.
Oh yeah,
which of course
he knew about the soliciting.
Which of course I believe he didn't. I feel bad for the guy that I mean, what a moron! What an actual moron! But you know. He lost his wife 8 years ago, or 7 or 8 years ago. He wants a little rub and tug.
But you can buy that rub and tug. Buy it.
I think that was his version of. He doesn't know how.
He couldn't buy the whole shop. He doesn't know how to buy his business. I'm not
making I'm not trying to make an excuse.
Put it in
what
your
an
backyard.
Actual idiot! It's so embarrassing. But I feel bad because now this is all that's going to be remembered.
Look at Willie Deaf up there. Willie Deaf, David Daffy, Willie Deaf. People are. They're responding to the high comment. Okay. What do you guys? This is from Philip Music. What do you guys think about the possible spoiler Sam Jackson gave in an interview about Captain Marvel? I don't want to read about what because I don't.
Yep. Stop.
Don't want to know. Sorry. Keep going.
You're not betting these at all?
No. How am I? He just opened it up. Okay. This is the most important question of the day.
Oh no, I know.
Dave Drano asks why. In Rocky V, does Paulie tell Rocky you should have left him in the street when you found him? Talking about Tommy after he gets punched, but it was Paulie that found Tommy and brought him to Rocky. Because, Dave, it is a terrible movie. Boom! Thank you. All right, Brendan Day. Were you friends with the comedian Sebastian Maniscalco back in the day? I saw him perform at MSG. He was great. Brendan, yes. We used to. Alex, for some reason, took the poster off the wall of myself, Brett Ernst, and Sebastian. We used to do shows together all the time.
I think the reason is because you asked him to.
Never asked him to take that poster off. I'm a vain person that wants to look at myself, and that's
Didn't you
not
ask for this Black Panther poster?
I do like that Black Panther poster.
Oh.
But I guess I'm looking at myself in cartoon version, so that works.
I'm not on the wall anymore.
Then I play on that, by the way, because yesterday someone said there was a thing of they were in the comment section. Someone said, "I wish Harloff wouldn't host his show." It's kind of
the point.
Show I
That's
started.
the whole point.
And then why not? Because he's a narcissist. I'm like, I am. I didn't know that. So I'll just play into that. So So Alex, I would like to look at myself. So please keep the cartoon version up, and all pictures of me everywhere. That is not true. Okay, next one. That guy was a moron too. So Travis Rogers, some training for movie fights. Pitched a perfect movie. Oh, I'm not going to show you my training yet. 'Cause I'm telling you, I'm going in there.
Pitch a perfect movie would be a hard battle.
Yeah. Tori Flacco asks, "Hey Christian, any new updates on the Squirrel War?"
Yeah, we haven't got an update.
Yeah, I was yesterday. Well, my wife. It was actually really funny. So what the hell? I got home and my wife had left a bunch of stuff in the car that she needed. So she's like, "Can you go downstairs and get it for me in the trunk?" I was like, "Yeah, no problem." So I walk out there, and there's something scurrying about in the tree, and I look down, and my wife's potted plant has been knocked over, the flowers out of it, and this little bastard.
What a twist!
Yeah, this little bastard's running around up in the trees, and so I stop, and I'm like, so then I just start firing some of the dirt up at him, but I was waiting to get him.
What do you mean you're firing the dirt?
The dirt, it's from the plant. I was just trying to hit him with the dirt.
Isn't it just kind of
It's just dirt, just to make him run, right? But then my wife bangs on the window. She's like, "I need the stuff from the thing," and the stupid ass squirrel ran up on the roof. But they just mess with me. That's all they do. They just mess with me. Garth Harkness McMurray, great name.
Yeah, Garth is great.
Will you ever stop torturing Roxy with the Roxy talk? The opposite of that, but you will ever stop torturing Roxy with the Rocky V talk? No. We'll be doing that for quite a while, and almost to the point where we're going to be
that look
torturing all of you guys. Steve Stark, did you watch Raw last night, and what did you think of the spoiler coming back? I did not watch it.
Is Satin talking to us today?
Ryan Satin from Pro Wrestling Sheet will be in studio to talk about it. I heard a lot about it, so we're going to be talking about some of that stuff probably after Sarah calls in around like 11:30. So Scott Rasmussen, forgot about the S. What exactly do I need to do to win a goldfish here? Just keep watching.
Goldfish
yeah, there you go. You
win
just
a
want
goldfish here.
Yeah. I'd say Jessica Kuhl. Also, do any of you know who this is? My friends and I were puzzled when watching the Oscars. Let's see. Zoom on in. That's Christian Bale. Oh.
Sam Rockwell. Oh.
Who is that? I don't know who that is.
Yes, I do. It's oh nope, I
you don't know who that is?
It looked like Elsie Fisher or whatever, but like 50 years older.
No, she got a good seat though because she's in between Allison Janney, Sam Rockwell, and Bale. Look at that.
Maybe it's the wife.
I don't know who that is.
It's not
Or
Naomi Watts,
or
right?
sister
Kind
or-
of looked like her from far away. It looked like Sybil Shepherd, but that's not right.
Somebody in the
No one
chat.
knows who that
Somebody
is,
will
Jessica.
know. You guys respond.
Someone figure that out. It could be a seat filler.
Not-
go ahead
not
and
that close up.
I don't know. You never know. And then we'll do one more here. We'll do one more. Let's see. Okay. Joel Flores says, will you one day set up a P.O. box so Collider Live fans can send you gifts? Oh, man. Well, the answer is I don't understand why we didn't do this at this place years ago. I don't know. I don't understand. You know what? Tweet Fernandez and ask him, because that's the question. That's a Fernandez question.
That's a Fernandez
The answer is we should have a bunch of those.
When I do get mail, sometimes is it just here or where to?
It's
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, last one. We'll do one more. Go down the line a little bit. All right, so okay, keep going. We'll watch a video. Why not? I'm not sure if you've seen this yet, but I'd love to get your reaction to it. Oh, I have seen it. I've seen this commercial. Play this commercial. This is the squirrels.
Geico commercial?
Yeah, watch how, because Geico nails it. Look at these fucking little pricks. Look. This is what they do. They sit there. Oh, look how cute I am. I'm cute. I'm just eating stuff. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm just eating. Where's my friend? Hey, look, I'm gonna just run in the street because I'm an asshole. Oh, car! Oh, don't hit me, car! I'm a nice squirrel. Oh, I'm gonna make you almost die.
Accidents can happen anytime.
Oh, you just crashed. Oh, it's a good thing we almost killed a human, you little fucking pricks.
Geico.
Those,
15 minutes.
the scumbags. The little scumbags. See, that's why I'm doing the Lord's work out there trying to get rid of these pricks, but
you are
not trying to hurt them. I wouldn't do that, but I want them out of my yard.
Yeah.
Forget it. Let's go to break.
All
right. When we get back, we're going to be talking to Matt Serra, the former UFC welterweight champion of the world. We'll be calling in, and then at 11:30 we'll have Ryan Satin in for sure.
Perfect.
So go on over and join that group. Join it. It is the Collider Live official group. Thank you, guys.
Hello there. No, it's not late to the party. That's actually from Obi-Wan Kenobi. You didn't know that? Well, you should, and now you do. Jedi Council. What is it? It's about Star Wars, obviously. It's Jedi Council. Every week, the latest and greatest in Star Wars movie news. Myself and Ken Knapsack, that's right, the pit boss himself. We have a guest on, and we talk about everything happening in the world of Star Wars. If it's the movie news, the TV news, canon news, comic books, games, and then we take questions from you guys on Facebook and Twitter. It's a lot of fun. We've been doing it for a couple of years now. I'm still excited talking about it. The fan base is coming together again. I believe it is. I think it is. I hope it is. And we're talking Star Wars, so we'd like you. That's right. All of you. If you're not a fan of Star Wars, come on over and join us every Thursday for Collider Jedi Council here on Collider Video. And we have an Apple Podcast feed or Podcast One, wherever you want to go if you listen to podcasts. And not only do you get Collider Jedi Council every week on Thursday, The Rule of Two with Mark Fernandez and Mark Reilly, that's on every week. I believe it drops on Wednesday. It's on one of these days. It's a good show. You should listen to it. I like it. I listen to it. I haven't listened to it once.
Hey guys, Ryan Satin here from ProWrestlingSheet.com. And if you're a pro wrestling fan, which I hope you are, even if it's in secret, then you should be checking out Wrestling Sheet Radio Weekly. We've got a bunch of shows in the podcast feed. We've got weekly recaps from myself and John Roca, which you guys will probably know from the Collider family. That's for Raw, that's for SmackDown. We've also got the weekly roundup of wrestling news. It's a show I host called Wrestling Sheet Radio with Jamie Iovine and Elijah Bates. And we've also got a bunch of other stuff in our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/wrestling sheet. So check it out, subscribe, and I hope you guys dig it.
Okay.
Hey guys, Perry here to remind you to tune in for Collider Movie Talk every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 4 p.m. PT Live. We are live. We talk about movies. We answer your live Twitter questions. It's so much fun. We talk about everything from box office to all your favorite superhero movies. We talk about horror on a good day for me, and who knows, maybe even a spoonerism will happen. I don't know. That's what happens when you watch Collider TV Mock, right? Are you going to watch? You better watch. Go watch now.
What's up, Collider fans? If you are a fan of television and you want to watch a guy that looks like me and a guy named Thad Williams talk about TV every single Friday, subscribe to the Collider channel. Collider Podcast is where you can find the video. We have our own iTunes feed, hashtag Collider TV Talk. You can find on iTunes or wherever you find your podcasts and you listen to them in your ear holes. That's where Collider TV Talk comes at you. We talk about TV news. We talk about shows we love, shows that we don't love, and most importantly, we don't read any books because TV has nothing to do with reading. We also have a show called Hypothetical Questions with myself and Roxy Stryer and all kinds of reviews right here at the Collider Podcast channel and the Collider TV Talk feed. Subscribe, rate, like, tell your friends, tell all your friends, and tell their friends, and before you know it, it's a pyramid scheme of television. I'm Josh McCouga. You can see Thad Williams and myself along with Roxy Stryer and all the Collider personalities all the time right here on Collider TV Talk. As always, put down the book, pick up the remote.
Hey everyone, I'm Scott Movie Mance, and just to let you know, if you already don't, every Friday here on Collider Video, I host a weekly film review series called Movie Review Talk. The title says it all. Every week I am joined by two guest critics of my choice, and they're never the same. We review the new films. We pick something that's streaming that you might not know about, but is really great. And we pick a Blu-ray for something that you might have missed in theaters. It is fun. It is infectious. It is the Citizen Kane of movie review shows, and it's only right here on Collider with this guy, Scott Movie Mance, Mr. Movie Release Dates himself. Check it out every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific, only on Collider Video.
Okay, seriously. So, like, where does the franchise go from
I don't
here?
know.
I don't know.
They've already announced that they're working on a sequel.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which is crazy. And I really
I hope they do like the adaptation.
I want to do a Kanto region, and if they do that,
Johto would be like maybe like a Netflix series.
A Pokemon
like that.
Johto.
Oh my God, that'd be so amazing. Oh shit, we're live. Oh fuck.
Welcome back to Collider Live as we get back on the Tuesday show. Thank you guys, everybody, for joining us today. Once again, if you're just joining us, get on over to Facebook, join the Collider Live official group. There's a lot of comments already in that live chat, over 100 comments. People are still joining. Brought in over 200 members already just in this last hour. What's wrong? Roxy Stryer.
It's not fair.
What?
It's not
You want to
nice.
tell everybody what happened? If you paint the picture. You're enjoying yourself. You're going to the bathroom.
I went to the bathroom. I walked out. There's a long hallway. I'm walking down the hallway. I
Right.
turn right because I'm about to go in, and Christian jumps out of the shadows and scares the living shit out of me. But the problem is this place is huge, so it was worse.
Was like that.
I screamed at the top of my lungs, but then who's the asshole? Everybody looks at me like, why is this bitch screaming in the office? Like, I'm the asshole.
I think everybody would know Christian's messing with her.
No, every person turned to me like,
Right.
don't make loud.
You should be used to it.
Just be better than
It was
that.
really funny.
Oh, my heart.
It was good.
I'm so
I knew it was going to get you too.
easily jumpable,
I was wondering
too.
if you were going to see my shadow, so I kind of tried to hide the shadow into the
I
wall.
saw nothing.
Good.
I clearly saw nothing.
It was really funny. I wish we got it on video though.
There's nothing like getting scared.
No.
There's nothing like it.
Now we got to do it more. Yeah, do it more, because then we got to get it on video, so we can play
God,
it.
it's the best.
You're gonna have to do that. We got to take Makuga.
I don't feel the same way.
Yeah, I think you would if it was anybody else but you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to take Makuga to that Universal Horror Nights this year. Got to do it. We can't let him get away with it.
It's been a
Not
very
go.
long time.
It's October, but still, it's like we got to get him. We got to build up to it. 'Cause
Yeah.
You're gonna get. I mean, if you get that stuff from him, and still, shame on you guys if you've not watched the Exorcist VR stuff.
It's the funniest thing. It's how I got my mom to subscribe to
Shame.
It's
Collider.
only like 13,000. How many views does that thing have? The part one of
9.
Does it have 9 views?
8th.
Is the 8th view? You were the 9th view. Okay, fine. Actually, that's the one. Go to the top one. How many views does it have? Where are you? Get out of the way.
13,000.
That's a crime. That should have 100,000 views.
395, yeah.
13,000 views. The Exorcist Legion VR. It's also a very strange
What
title.
was that Jordan Peele commercial we were just watching?
What's that movie? The ones that one he's
For
got-
Us?
Yeah, people got very mad at me because I wasn't talking about Us. I refused to watch the trailer because no, we don't want to watch this again. We've seen it a million times. I'm probably 395.
Makuga's lost weight.
I'm probably 395 of those views. Us. The reason I didn't want to watch the trailer, because Get Out to me when I saw Get Out, I had heard all this hype about it, right? And I went and saw it. Said it was good. Watched it again and loved it. Second time I saw Get Out, I loved it. Like and Perry, to her credit, said that she's like, watch it again, because once you kind of know what's going on, it's one of those movies that just gets better and better every time you watch it.
Yeah.
So when I heard that his new movie is coming out, because they sent like those gold scissors to my place, right? Because that's part of the movie. I don't want to see any trailers. I'm pulling a copster for this one. I don't want to see any trailers. I'm going to see the movie. I want to be surprised by it. I don't want to know anything about it. So why aren't I talking about it? Because I don't want to. All I know is he's doing another one. I'm on board with what he's doing right now, Jordan Peele, and sign me up. But so it's one of those things. Don't put a hashtag or anything behind it, because I just want to see the movie. I want to see the movie. I'm going to see the movie when it comes out. I'll probably be very excited once I get that screening.
Don't put a hashtag?
Like, just don't put anything out there to say, like, why. There's a reason why you're not talking about this movie. The reason I'm not talking about it.
I get what you're saying.
I want to see the movie. I am very excited. Cannot wait to see it. So as far as us goes, it is probably going to be in my most anticipated list now, because of what he did with Get Out. You guys pretty excited about it? Have you seen the trailer?
Oh, yeah.
You have seen the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Is it great?
I can't
see. I don't want to know about it. It's creepy, though, right?
It's so creepy.
Yeah,
it's really great. And
the posters are creepy.
I'm with you, though. I want to stop, because I just want to go in and let him play with my emotions.
Do his thing, man. Yeah. Right. And plus, and I think, because right now, I'm still not. I know Ellis said he saw that trailer for Twilight Zone. And he's on board to buy the subscription. I want to see the show, because I always. It's funny, because after I saw Get Out, I'm like, this guy should be doing the Twilight Zone. Now he is. But I just still don't know if one show can get my full subscription. Star Wars is a different thing. And even
what about The Stand? The Stand is going to be a
for you
limited series. I'm still not there, though. I know Star Trek.
I just don't know what you mean you want to see an episode. How are you gonna do that? Like, I'll go to a friend who has it?
Maybe. Yeah. I do.
Or are they putting one out?
Is that what you meant? I think for me, that's what they should do.
Yeah.
But what I want to do, I'm going to see Us, and then if he's already 1 for 1, if he goes 2 for 2, it's going to be hard for me to try to. I'm going to stay away. I'm going to try to watch it somehow. But I just don't know if I can put the subscription just for that show. It's like the same thing I did for YouTube Red. I could watch Cobra Kai, watch the series, and then get rid of it.
I got news for you.
Yeah.
CBS, send us a press kit.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
That's it. Yeah, I don't think they're doing that, though. I think they're not doing that, though. You think you can make it happen?
I'll see.
All right, see what you can do.
We'll see.
You're magic. I won't scare you anymore.
It's not true.
No, definitely
I
not
am still. It takes a long time
for it to go away.
Yeah.
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 It was a big reaction.
Would it have scared you more if? And this is for like Ben to do, because I have put on the Halloween mask
for who to do?
Julie has been and then
they were taking off.
They come and Ben wears the mask, and you're in the shower and the Michael Myers mask is there. Would that have scared the living shit out of you?
I have the mask. All somebody has to do is take it out of my thing.
If I see the reaction that I just got out of her, you don't need a mask.
I'm
because that's my favorite thing to do. Is we get close to Halloween, I start putting on masks.
The other day, I felt so bad because I ordered Postmates, right? And the Postmates comes to the door. And they texted me, I'm here, but I thought that they were going to be at the gate, not at my door.
Oh, no.
I
can just picture.
I opened the door and screamed bloody murder.
What'd they do?
She was just like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you knew I was here. And I was like, no, I did. I screamed. Like, it was.
Did not see. People need to record this stuff.
She's probably just like, what the hell?
We need to do a Truman Show to you. We really do.
I screamed and then I started laughing so hard, and this woman did not know what to make of me. And she was like, here's your food. She kind of sounded like your mother-in-law.
I'm sorry that I scared you, but here is your sushi.
There they are.
Yeah,
that's always my favorite in my head.
Oh, it was great. She was just
don't let the baby blow up. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Well, I actually got a little support on my side for the baby blow up.
Ooh, what happened?
Well, no, actually blown up babies, but they told me that what happens when you feed a baby too much, it pukes like a human, which is kind of like blowing up.
Right. They figure it out.
Yeah, they puke it up.
Say, baby.
But you can teach them sign language.
Shit.
That was crazy. Yeah. I think people are effing with me. But Mundy says he's about to teach his baby sign language.
Yeah.
Mundy, you can tell, is probably one of the best dads of all time.
Yeah, ever.
Oh, he loves being a dad.
Ever.
And you could tell. Which was crazy. Well, last night, by the way, so I saw there was a poll that was put up in that Facebook group, and it asked, who would you trust with your kids the most? out of all of us. Everybody was on the list.
Did I get any votes?
I think you were. Who can you see if you can find that poll? I'm very curious to what the results are now. And now that we're bringing attention to it, maybe more people will vote on it. I was in the lead, obviously, but surprising number 2 wasn't who I thought it would be. And I'll tell you who number 2 should be, and even almost number 1. I don't know if they can find the poll.
Should be Reilly.
Keep going down until you guys find it. You'll see the poll.
I'm looking for it.
Yeah, see, Thrawn posted his channel. See, that's what I'm saying. Thrawn posted his channel. You can listen to all the parody songs there now, and you can find everything. There's a lot of posts right now. See, this group is starting to pick back up.
Get on in there.
It's back.
Gonna be fun.
It's back.
Maybe you have to command F it.
Look, Rocky 5 memes. Roxy looking.
Where?
Tons of stuff. Look, old school. Look at that. There's a picture.
Who was that? Tiffany and who?
Zach Levi. Zach Levi, me, and Tiffany. I said, bring him back. See? I'm loving what you guys are doing in there. It looks like the old school. Look at that. The old school Schmoville is back. So anyone that says it's dead, you're wrong. Oh, we got somebody? We got the call?
We do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to shut the hell up now. I am going to introduce once again, I'm always happy to do this. This is like the 3rd or 4th time he's called in. He is the man who made my weekend very happy back in 2006 because I was running around. I didn't have to pay my rent for a little bit because of the money that I made when he knocked out the great GSP. It is the former UFC welterweight champion of the world, Hall of Famer, my friend, my buddy, Matt Serra. Hello, Matt Serra.
What's up, Christian? What's up, people? How are you?
How you doing, brother?
Hi, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Who am I talking to?
You got
the usual crew?
You got a smaller crew here today. It's me, Christian, obviously, Mark Reilly, and Roxy Stryer.
Roxy Stryer.
Awesome.
Yeah, Roxy.
I like the way Roxy has to repeat her name.
You know what? Well, the reason why. Yeah, the reason why she we had a little conversation beforehand too. She's a big fan of you. She just wants you. She's hoping that you can remember that you'd remember her name as well.
Matt, I'm desperate. I'm desperate.
Listen, are you kidding me? 100%. And I would like more of her pictures on Instagram. But, when you're married, you can't do too much.
Yes, Matt Serra, yes.
It doesn't mean that you might mentally, I'm liking all your shit.
Thank you so much.
Dude, that is such a great point. That is such a great point because I follow all these people that I work with or used to work with, and they post these pictures, and it's like I want to like them for the support of it, and it's like there's some messages and stuff too. But then sometimes you're just like, why was he liking that? Is he creeping out or it's like it's
100%.
Right.
100%.
Right.
Like, I can something with Christian now. Roxy's on that show. I can't. Hey, listen, I'm not getting no shit. My wife's not. What's the word? Biatch. But
right.
you gotta.
Right.
No, Christian only likes my pictures if I'm in a parka from head to toe and with a thumbs up and a goofy smile.
Roxy's like my little sister now, so it's hard. But so we have a mutual friend. Like Sinead posts a lot of stuff, right? Too. And and Sinead was on this show for a long time, and I like those pictures, and I'm like. I don't know. It's one of these things, but I get where you're coming from, champ. So look, we missed you in Brooklyn. We had a fun show. You were missed, but next time we're there, hopefully we get you out.
Yeah, 100%, man. And any one of you, if you're in New York, let me know. Especially, I told you when I do Unfiltered, you guys are welcome to come on.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. How's it been going?
Yeah, we like to have a good time. But listen, I want to geek out with you, and I appreciate you being able. I should have told you before that this is a little bit of a better time because what I do is I got to pick up my kids in like a half an hour.
Yeah.
And then I realized that if I park here too early, you don't want to be parked in front. It's fucking weird. I don't want to be parked in front of my kid's school fucking an hour advance,
Right. Well,
whatever.
You're on the phone. Anyway. You know what? Before we get into because you and I have been texting and you talked about you're calling in today because you want to talk about the Umbrella Academy and Roxy has watched it and I want you guys to geek out. But I have a very important question for you that I need your perspective on.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, listen. So I know you're not a sports guy, but you're a Rocky fan, right?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, fine.
Rocky?
Yes. Now listen. So we had
listen, hold on.
Yeah.
Did you ever see? And I'm no Jim Norton, okay?
Yeah.
But I did stand up one time in my life.
I remember.
When I did Dana White looking for a fight.
Yep.
Because I only had one bit, and my one bit was about how the Rocky movies. The only way they're realistic is the only thing realistic about them, really. I mean, they're great movies. Is Adrian,
right?
And I got into that bit. So you got to watch that LA episode.
Okay,
I talk about But listen, I'm a fucking anything about Rocky. I'm in.
Okay, good.
I did not see Creed 2.
That's fine. That's fine. This is a Rocky 5 question that I have because here's the thing. Here's the thing with Rocky 5. Yesterday, I was very upset because everybody's talking about all the controversies with the Oscars, and I said we've forgotten about a 30-year-old controversy that we should be talking about every day. And all right, you were the UFC welterweight champion of the world, Long Island. When you came back to Long Island, you must have everywhere you went, you must have gotten free food, everything. The people, still to this day, you walk around, hello champ, how's it going, champ? And you were the welterweight champion of the world. If you lost all your money, if you lost everything, if you lost your house, there's no one in Long Island that would have put you up somewhere and given you a nice house and not let you go live in a shithole. This guy beat Russia. He beat fucking Russia by himself, and they don't buy him a house in Beverly Hills?
I mean, more, if you get into plot holes, I mean, what, you put Paulie in charge of all your fucking accents?
Right.
I mean, come on.
Right.
I mean, there's bigger plot holes. Really?
Bigger plot holes? Bigger plot holes than that?
He's throwing a fucking liquor bottle at your pinball game, and now this guy's in charge of your fucking accents, asshole.
Right.
Hey, not for nothing. For that reason alone, he deserves to be back in the fucking hood.
Just because he trusts him. I just didn't like the way that America
can't do that.
Everybody turned their back on him. I don't think the president should have given him a place to live. That's all I'm saying.
It was the 90s, though, Christian.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know. That movie was fucking shit.
It's
But
shit.
hey, that movie was. You know what movie wasn't shit?
What? What'd you say?
We might be splitting hairs here. 'Cause first of all, I don't even know if you've seen it.
What?
And I gave you the memo on it. I told you to check it out. It's on Netflix. I like to be pleasantly surprised.
Right.
All right. Now, we'll get into Umbrella Academy in a second because that surprised the F out of me. I don't know why sometimes I choose to say fuck and sometimes I choose to say F.
Say whatever you want.
Listen, is Polar? Is it Polar? That wasn't a bad movie. The one on Netflix.
Polar. Did you see it? No, we haven't seen it.
I haven't even heard of
Everybody
that.
see it.
No.
Listen, I'm not attacking you guys because we're new acquaintances, slowly becoming friends.
Right.
But why the fuck am I telling you guys about all these awesome
Yeah.
It's your job.
Matt, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
I'm good at taking guys' limbs.
Right.
What the fuck, man? I gotta put you guys onto this?
No, you do.
Yeah.
I'm
Look,
sorry, guys.
you know
I'm
what?
sorry, don't hate me.
No.
This is my last call into the show.
No, it isn't. No, dude, you're right. You're right.
You
Look,
finally got my name.
but
You're calling it every day.
No, you know what it is though, Matt. You're going to be
Roxy. Hey, Roxy, watch Polar. It's a little bit of Kill Bill.
Okay.
Slash throw a Snake Plissken in there.
Yeah.
It's got. I like the way it's shot. It's definitely over the top, but it's so fucking cool.
But here's the thing.
A quick premise. What's that?
I was going to say, the thing is, though, Matt, like now because you are the guy that calls in to watch these movies, I'm not going to ever watch them because I want you to be the guy to come in and tell me I should watch them. So that's what, because like I said, we'll talk about things that you used to fuck people up. And now you come in here and you're going to fuck us up because you're going to have more knowledge on the Netflix movies. That to me, we go see the theater stuff. You see the Netflix stuff and tell us what we should see.
It might just be sad. I just might have more time on my hands. It's just, I think you just pointed out how fucking sad my life is.
No.
I've been trying to, listen, I've been texting. I texted you how long ago about the fucking Polar thing.
I know.
You're a busy man. It's such a good movie, though. It's so much fun.
Look,
but go ahead.
my crew is trying to get me to watch John Carpenter's Thing for the last. I still have never seen that movie.
The Thing.
I've never seen the
Wait
Thing.
a second. You never saw the with Kurt Russell?
No,
movie?
never seen it.
Can you believe that?
I know.
Fucking blasphemy.
Yeah.
Man.
I know.
How about this? I mean, even if some of the special effects don't hold up, that movie, that's on. That's one of those up there with Goodfellas. I'm watching that shit if that's on.
All right.
It is that good.
It is one of
you know what?
the best horror movies of all time.
All right, maybe because you said that, maybe I'll go see it. No.
Holy cow! No, that's a good one. Hey, listen, I'm not talking about what is it? What's the sequel to the fucking? Oh wait, what am I saying? Escape from L.A. It's not a piece of shit like that. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's Escape from L.A.
It was fucking awful.
Yeah, it was bad. It wasn't
Guys
good.
on a fucking surfboard. Forget about it.
It was not good. Right, listen, but you were really excited. One of the other things you texted me about was so I had Ellen Page in here about a couple months ago. We sat down and we talked for a bit, and she was telling me so right before the Umbrella Academy came out, and she was describing it. And you had a chance. You checked out the whole series. Roxy has also seen.
I've only seen the first few episodes.
Okay, so Roxy's seen the first few, but Matt, you've watched the entire series?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm on like 5.
Okay,
my weeks. First of all, I'm gonna get to that in a second. Did you see Aljo Sterling's fight the other night?
No, I heard about it though. Was it? What are your thoughts on it?
Asshole. I'm sorry. You gotta support my guys, Christian.
I know.
We're supposed to be friends now.
Listen. I keep up with it. I make sure, but I'm telling you, like right now, how many
fucking with you.
No,
Listen,
and I want you to, and I want you to look.
Great.
You got two. You have
he
what?
was a real life fucking superhero in there. Is why I'm so excited about it.
What happened? Tell me.
Wait, who was it?
Matt
Aljo, the Funkmaster Sterling.
Right.
It was on ESPN. It was in Phoenix. That's why I'm all over the place. Now, I was in Phoenix a week ago, and then Aljo took care of business for the very tough Jimmy Rivera. Aljo's ranked number 4 in the world now, but he was the underdog.
Right.
That's why I liked it.
Well, can you get me tickets to these fights? Because I'll fly out and come to these fucking things.
Well, listen, cheapstick Kate. You know, Christian, I'm fucking around.
I love it.
I know you now.
You should.
You're from Queens.
Yes, I get it. You don't need to apologize.
Listen, I could get you. Listen, I don't give a fuck. I'll get you tickets.
All right, I'm coming.
I'm not telling you where.
You're gonna figure it out. All right, cool.
Anyway,
yeah.
Aljo did amazing. I'm talking side kicks, front kicks. The guy gets too aggressive. He's in a single leg. Real life superhero shit.
Yeah.
There was one time in between rounds, I gave him like a Wakanda. You know, I mean,
awesome.
I call him like the Black Spider-Man. He's all over the place.
Yeah.
But he's from Uniondale. He's from around my place.
Yeah.
My neck of the woods. But I told him, I go, short world, who you are? It was from Wakanda.
That's awesome.
From the movie. Oh, motherfucker. That guy's amazing.
Yeah,
back to the nerd talk.
Wait, no, before the nerd talk though too, because you and Ray have been working together for a long time, right?
100%.
Yeah, because Ray, I actually ran in. It's funny way before I had a chance to meet you. I don't remember where it was. I ran into Ray and I was telling him how much. Again, the same thing I said to you is that how it was good to see New York kid doing what he did against GSP and having that conversation. He's a really good guy, man. How'd you guys hook up, you and Ray?
You know what's funny? I was like 17. I know this dude. I'm 44 now. I just act like I'm just extremely immature. But anyway,
30 years younger than Olivia Colman, are you?
I met him when I was 17. A buddy of mine, now deceased, but he was a wild kid. He was trying to get his life straight. He wanted to check out a martial arts school. I knew some about martial arts back then because my father trained. So I brought the kid down. It was Longo's place. He was partnered up with this kickboxing champion, Mike Ryan. He had a Jeet Kune Do school.
Mm-hmm.
This was back in I was like 7. This is like 1991. Like, this is crazy. This is ages ago. So I met him back then. He was cool. He was cool to me. And, you know, who was I? I was just a kid. You know?
Right.
He was definitely cool. And then years later, a few years later, I ran into him again down in Leonard Street it was down in where was it? Downtown in the basement of a judo club.
Mm-hmm.
That there was a jiu-jitsu class. The only jiu-jitsu on the whole East Coast. There was a guy, Craig Kukok. He was a black belt under the Gracies from Torrance. He was holding class there one day a week. So I ended up running into him there, and then we're both from Long Island.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu was only available one day a week, and he had a place. So he goes, "Yo, man, here's my key if you want to do some more training." So we got close like that. Next thing you know, he's holding pads for me.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we're on our way to a title.
I know it's a great relationship, man, because of the whole look. It's Mickey and Rocky. It always reminded me of that when I used to watch you guys the conversations that you'd have and the relationship. So it's really good. So you guys, once again, you should be checking Matt out on Instagram. If you're not, it's where he resides. A lot of his stuff there, and check out his show UFC Unfiltered. Get that on Apple Podcasts. So check it out. It's a great show that he does with the very funny Jim Norton. But all right, Matt. So you did want to call in.
Hey, wait. I'm sorry, Christian.
Yeah.
Speaking of plot holes, hold on one second.
Okay, what do we got?
Rocky 3.
Yes.
I was thinking about this the other day.
Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up about Rocky.
Yeah.
Rocky 3. Mickey. Rocky has the fight. Before the fight, Mickey's having some chest pain.
Yep.
The guy fucking. They don't bring him to a hospital.
I know.
He's done with the fight.
Yeah.
That could have been a fucking 15-rounder back then. They're done with the fight. He comes back, and don't get me wrong, the strongest guy, that Sylvester Stallone crying over Mickey, that'll have you blubbering like a baby.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Nobody's Really? You're not trying to save this old guy's life?
I love.
Anyway.
No, you're not wrong. I just watched Rocky 3 with my wife like a month ago, and I love that movie. It's just the thing that the movie as a whole, I try not to like pay attention to it. But you're right. The second the guy has like one problem, you rush that motherfucker to the hospital. What are you doing?
Hey,
you're
man,
right.
right?
You're right.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. All right, listen.
Nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, one last thing, just because I have you on the line. Something because when you said to me before about with the watching of the fights, everything too. I don't know if you knew this. I wrote for the WWE for a little bit, and for a while I didn't watch, and then the reason I started watching again was because they set up this WWE network, and it's like $10, you get all the pay-per-views, it's everything too, and I know UFC has their model to where you could watch it a little backlogged, but do you think that?
The UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah, the Fight Pass, but you can't watch because like WWE, you can like WrestleMania, all the pay-per-views that you have, it's like you get everything. You think there'll ever be a chance that UFC would do something like that inside a Fight Pass where it's like just $10 for the month, like in Netflix, you get everything? Because if that was the case, I think I'd be as big of a UFC fan as I was back in like 2005 because I would be able to get everything. Is there any chance that Dana would do that?
If you have UFC Fight Pass, it's not that expensive. I really should know how much it is.
Right, but you can't get the pay-per-views that night though, right? Like if I wanted to watch all those fights, like right,
that's true.
Right, that's what I mean.
But you have so much content.
Really?
I mean, you have so many fights.
It's worth it.
Most importantly, you have all my fights. I'm only kidding.
No.
But you have so many. I mean, think about it.
The whole library is there?
The whole history of all the reality shows. I think you do.
I got to look at it. All right.
But anyway,
were
you going to bring up the Umbrella Academy before I cut you off?
Yeah. Let's talk about the Umbrella Academy because you had texted me about that, and you really got into it. Let's talk about it. So let's talk about the Umbrella Academy. What do you love about it?
Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Again, I knew nothing of the Umbrella Academy. I didn't even know it was a comic until I heard it was a Dark Horse comic. Is that correct?
Yeah,
I think so.
It is a comic.
So,
yes,
yeah.
it is.
No, I know it's a comic, but Dark Horse.
It was.
I think.
Yeah.
So I never read the comic, but it is done extremely well. I love it. I'll tell you, Roxy, you've seen it, right?
Only a few episodes, but yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, you said the first two. I was right. How about this? The first episode. I don't want to give too much away. There's a scene when the big dude plays a song from Tiffany. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course.
How fucking great was that scene?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'll say, though,
Don't think that you know it, Roxy. Did you watch it or no?
What do you mean? Don't fake that I know.
Do you remember that?
No, she did.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No, I did. Here's the thing. I'm liking Umbrella Academy. I keep calling Umbrella Company because that's where we go to the bar out here.
Yeah, right.
It's like Finstock's favorite bar.
Right.
Yeah.
Umbrella Academy, but the problem was, did you watch Doom Patrol like the week before Umbrella Academy came out?
It is crazy. I watched them like literally the same day.
Yeah,
like,
and
when I was away. Cause I've been away, so that's what I've been watching so much of the shit.
For me,
but yes, I did.
It was stronger, and so when that song plays, it was too on the nose for me a little bit. I think it was fun, but it's not. I don't find it to be as strong as Doom Patrol, and they're going for the same tone. It's that like series of unfortunate events kind of thing mixed with comic book, and Doom Patrol is just doing it a little better right now.
Wow.
I
don't lie to me if you didn't watch it.
No, no. I loved. First of all, I really enjoyed Doom Patrol. I was wondering because they had a little appearance in
Titans.
in Titans, which was fucking amazing. I love Titans.
Yeah.
But so they had a little appearance and you got a feel for it. But I was wondering, how is it going to be different than anything else? Right away from just the narrator, right? Mm-hmm. That alone was a different feel. It's got a totally different feel. Did you guys see it? Did everybody see Doom Patrol?
Roxy has.
Yeah, just
TV wise, yeah. TV. You'll get me on the Y releases. The TV.
Yeah,
I got a big gap.
I got to catch up on TV.
Right now, as much as I'm upset.
Roxy,
Yeah.
Roxy, do you know how to do a rear naked choke or no?
No, you got to teach me.
Here.
Teach me.
What the fuck? Roxy's a young girl out on the town. You guys are just. What the fuck? You're married, Christian. Watch the Netflix.
I got. Yeah, you should know that anyone. I got 2 fucking kids. I got a year and a half old. They won't sleep for shit. I'm lucky enough if I get 2 seconds in a television. I'm watching True Detective season 3, and it's been a struggle to watch everything. Have you watched that yet?
No, True Detective. Don't get into the real shit yet. Let's just stay with the geek shit right now.
Let me ask you
I
this.
think you're the one with the ADD.
Let me ask you this about Umbrella. Are you finding it hard to figure out which character has which powers based and what their names are or what their numbers are, and when we're seeing them in the past and then in the future, who does what? Because that's been a struggle for me in the first couple episodes.
No, I'm not really. I'm getting the idea. Well, I'll tell you, it was a weird thing when the dude took his shirt off and you got that one. Oh, you didn't see some shit. I don't want to. Anyway, I don't want to give nothing away. But no, I am in. I'm surprised how in I am. Even the opening thing with just, you guys got the premise where there was a bunch of pregnancies around the world. It's almost like a Jesus type thing. Next thing you know, like the women, you know, they didn't have sex. Whatever.
They get pregnant and give birth that day.
Oh, okay.
So they have a 9-month pregnancy in 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
Or like in 1 hour. Oof. And so that happens to a bunch of people all over the world.
Well, you can eat the things you like a lot easier, I'll tell you that.
This one guy goes and he collects a bunch of the kids that all were born that day, and they have powers. All of them seemingly have powers,
So it's like
except
a fucked
for
up X-Men?
your
Is that
girl
what it is?
Ellen Page. Kind of.
So, and she does not have powers.
In the it develops, but in the first episode, you find that out very quickly.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But I'll tell you, I think the acting and the casting is so awesome. I like the dude.
I
Even
agree.
the guy you're talking about, the one who scooped up 7 of them or whatever.
Yeah.
There was like 41 of these births, and it's like he got 7. And just the way he did it, he's like, how much do you want for her? Or something like. It was just so well done. I'm digging it, man. I'm really
But I'm
digging it.
comparing him to Timothy Dalton in Doom Patrol, and I'm liking Timothy Dalton better.
Well, why do you listen? It's like, why are you comparing so much?
I don't know.
Like, you should just take it for what it is. The Doom Patrol, like I said, I was weird. That's another one. Like, it has such a different feel to it. This is what I will say about both series. Like, they're not your typical heroes where you don't really want their powers. Like, I don't give that much. I like them as I like their characters, but you don't want to. Like as a kid, you wouldn't want to be that robot. I don't know, the robot.
No, you don't want to be Elastigirl. She like melts into the street and rolls down the
she
street.
becomes like a blob. Yeah.
All right, I got to watch this show.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I gotta
You guys gotta get
I love the comics, so I want to get into it.
Which one? Doom Patrol or
no Umbrella Academy?
All right,
Go back to that.
I got to check it out. All right. Okay, listen. So I know you got to go because you got to pick up your kids, but we got to have you back on for sure. What do you, two questions for you. The first is Captain Marvel. You excited for it?
Yeah, man. I got 3 little girls, man. That definitely looks like something that they'll be into and I'll be into.
Yeah.
I love all the Marvel movies. To me, Marvel. I'll tell you, DC is getting their series right the way. And I'm not talking about anything WB, or not WB,
CW.
Right.
whatever the fuck. That
Right.
shows my fucking age right there. Anything like Arrow, I don't know about those shows.
They're
But
great.
Like this new from the DC app, right now, Titans and Doom's Patrol so far is both a fucking hit to me. I think they're both out of the park, kind of like what Marvel's is doing with their movies, you know?
Yeah.
It's amazing, you know, DC can get that right. And I don't want to, by the way, Roxy said Timothy Dalton. Timothy Dalton was fucking money in this. He's money. He's made
He's amazing.
But he wasn't made for James Bond, I'll tell you right now. But he was made for this.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
All right. So the other thing the other thing I was going to tell you is because the Avengers. I know you're an Infinity War fan, right?
Yes.
Okay. So listen. So I'm gonna put this on the table. Now I know this is tougher for you because you're 3,000 miles away, but
is it a theory or what are we doing?
It's not a theory. This is an official
invite.
This is an invite. If you can get yourself out here by the end of April, if you would like, if you're here in LA, I am extending the invite for you to come with me as my guest at the premiere of the Avengers if you're around.
I could be your +1, Christian.
Yes, you
I
can.
appreciate that.
If I walk in,
That's
if I
nice,
walk in
man.
there,
That's really nice.
because the thing is, you walk in with Matt Serra, like, what do you got now, Thanos? What you got now? I got the terror with me. So listen, that's on the table. Last thing is, have you ever met Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Oh, the fuck! Why would I want to meet that fucking ass?
Why?
Let me tell you about that fucking.
Yeah, why? He was on. He was on.
Let me tell you why I think this guy's a fucking idiot.
Tell me.
This
Tell
is why
me.
I'll tell you that.
Tell me.
I'll give you some fucking headlines.
Yes.
This guy did a thing with Cody Garbrandt, who was a fucking great kid.
Yeah.
And an animal, a beast.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, they wanted me to play spar him. Well, not play spar him. Like, just, he wanted to, like, show him something. Like, Jean-Claude wanted to do almost like what Steven Seagal does when he tries to say that he showed people a front kick and stuff.
Yes.
He's fucking 800 pounds, and he's like, oh, I showed Anderson Silva a fucking front kick. Anyway, these are like the fake guys, but even though he was good probably back in the day, Steven Seagal, I guess, with Aikido.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
But anyway, Jean-Claude, listen to this. You can find this somewhere. He was doing he was trying to show Cody something. Like Cody's like humoring him in the cage with him.
Yeah, yeah.
And then his foot like hits him in the face. And then Cody just kind of like gave him a look like, really, dude? And then he threw himself on the floor and, oh, how could I do that? Oh, I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. Dude, shut the fuck up. This guy, Cody, I don't give a shit if you can take two chairs and do a split. You will get fucked up. Don't act like an asshole. You're not showing him anything. He's humoring you.
Right.
Because you were on the fucking
Bloodsport.
Fucking time cop or whatever the fuck you were back in the day. Yeah.
Yo,
Anyway, what about him?
Well, he was on the show. He was on the show like a month ago, and like we didn't know what to make of him, and it was like, and I wanted to see if you had ever met him, but there you go. So it looked like he was throwing himself all over the floor.
How was he when he was with you guys? Normal?
Normal? No. I'm not. I'm
Different
not
than anybody we've had.
Yeah. I'm not going to give you normal, but I'll tell you, I was amazed by him because of some of the conversation. We still don't know really what to make of it. I'll send you the interview, and if you can make something out of it, I would.
Give me cliff notes, dude.
Yeah.
He loves.
I guarantee I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
He loves artificial.
What would you watch?
He loves artificial intelligence.
Oh, he does. He likes yeah.
What other cliff notes we got?
He said,
want some cookies?
Yeah. Do you want some cookies?
I said, yeah.
What else did he do?
Wait, what did he say
with a glass of milk?
Here.
I said, yeah.
I play it again. Play the cookies for Matt, please.
You want some cookies? I said, yeah.
He told a story about Bloodsport, and he said that when he went in, the guy asked him if he wanted some cookies. He said yes. He said he wanted some milk. He said yes. He said he asked him if he had his green card. He said of course, but he didn't. And I don't know past that. I don't know what happened.
I don't know either.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Wow. You know something? Maybe I will watch.
You should. I'm telling you.
It's wild.
It's a trip, Matt. You're going to love it.
It's crazy. It's the craziest interview that we've ever done. But listen, I love having you on.
Listen, hold on. Hey, Christian.
Yes, sir.
Christian, I know you guys. Listen, you said, what was I watching? I heard that right before I came out here, and it came out today on demand. You know where the fuck I'm going with this. I was watching it with my 6-year-old. Yeah, no, she's 7. I have 3 kids. Give me a break. My 7-year-old she was sick today, so I was just home with her, and we were watching the motherfucking Spider-Verse.
Oh,
yeah,
so good. So good.
And now it's better because I like that sunflower song that's in it.
Yeah, did you see it? Did you see it? I forget. Did you see it in?
My love would be too much.
What? Did you see it in the theater? I forget.
Fuck yeah, right.
You did. I knew you did. That's right. You told me that.
That's all I do.
Right.
Is this shit.
I love
play
that
my vibe. Hey,
yeah.
Did you ever get into this is something that you'll never hear from a 44-year-old man. Do you guys play video games?
Right.
Do you ever play Vive, the fucking what is it, the virtual reality?
I feel like you are able to do so much. You should be working at Collider. You should be working at Collider.
Man, I really, you know what I need to do? I need to fucking grow up.
No,
I
you
don't.
No, are you kidding me?
I get fucking home.
Yeah, man. What?
I get home to everybody out there.
You work for the fucking UFC. You do a great podcast. You're one of the greatest welterweights of all time. Are you kidding me?
Did you mention
Dana White looking for a fight on YouTube?
No, is he looking?
Okay.
No, tell me. Is he looking to fight? Oh yeah.
Give me some plugs because I got to go pick.
Yeah, give me. So where can we? And you can go and watch that on the UFC app, right?
It's on the Fight Pass.
Yeah.
And it's also on YouTube. Dana White looking for a fight with myself, Dana, and my buddy Dean Thomas.
Awesome.
Who does shitty improv? But I think I say shots. And anyway, and also. If you listen on any way you get podcasts, go to UFC Unfiltered. I talk about a lot of this shit.
I know you
know
do.
What I mean?
And then
a lot of this shit. Hey, listen, watch Polar also.
I will.
Yeah.
Polar, Umbrella Academy.
Race,
yeah.
But it's fun.
Well, good.
You know?
I will check those out for sure.
Anything else? Matt Serra BJJ on Instagram. And that's a fucking mic drop, Christian.
That's a mic
drop. Are you going to watch this shit?
I will.
Are you going to watch this shit?
I will watch it. I watch it, and
then
I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to watch it, and then I will text you and let you know. And I'll even let you know if I watch the thing. And if you, again, like I said, the invite is out there. If you find yourself in Los Angeles in April, you can come to, if you want to go to the Avengers premiere, you let me know.
You got it, homie.
All right, brother.
All right, gang.
We'll talk
Take
soon.
care, and I will talk to you soon. All my best.
Later on.
All right, see you, man.
The champ. He's the best.
The actual
I
best.
fucking love that he called him Jean-Claude.
Jean-Claude. And honestly, I feel like he knows, but he does it anyway.
Matt Serra would break Jean-Claude Van Damme's arm in 35 seconds.
Jean-Claude.
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 Cookies. Yeah, you try to give him cookies, but yeah, that was amazing. That was really
funny.
amazing. What's this? What's up? Steven Seagal, bored out of his mind, lazily destroys a couple of guys. I've never seen this.
Yeah. Somebody tagged us.
This is legit?
Yeah.
Quite the belly.
Look at him.
Hysterical.
He looks like the Dread Pirate Roberts.
What is that?
Oh, come on. What?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the point.
But,
Oh my God, bored
What?
out of his mind.
yeah, but these guys are imbeciles. What are they? Oh, this is great. Like, these guys are really trying? I mean, this is ridiculous.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Look at holding his hand. Oh my God, this is so funny. Wait, is this in Russia? Because he lives in Russia. No?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
And he just sits down.
He just sits down. Like, yeah, look how badass I am.
That is great.
It's really funny. Try to find that Jean-Claude video that Matt Serra was talking about, if we can find that. All right, let's get Ryan.
I don't know if it's video.
He said you can find it.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he said you can find it. Well, let's get Ryan Satin in here. Alex can Alex can get him. So let's get Satin in here, because last night on Monday Night Raw there's some big shit that went down. Ric Flair's birthday, but there's a big reveal that even Reilly won't be confused on this one because of what happened.
We'll see.
No, you won't be confused when you
Really?
hear who came in and did you hear who came in and beat him up?
Mm-hmm.
So someone beat up a 70-year-old Ric Flair last night.
Oh, boy.
And we're going to talk to now. Ryan Satin's coming in from Pro Wrestling Sheet. You can go to the YouTube channel. You can go to the site Pro Wrestling Sheet and check it out. Ryan is breaking scoops all the time in wrestling. He's reporting on Raw. He does a podcast with Roca for both the recaps on Raw and SmackDown. He also has another show that he does for Pro Wrestling Sheet. And he joins us here today. Hello, Ryan. How you doing?
Great intro. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of things here.
Yeah, you know, man. No, and finally, you got some help these days?
It helps to have some help. Yes,
Yeah.
that is nice. Yeah,
Things are
so
going good.
things are going well. Yeah, but Raw was a lot of stuff happened
Yeah.
last night on
Well,
Raw.
before that, I like this English kid. Who is this kid? I like him.
He's on trial for me as a writer right now, Norman.
I like Norman.
He's
very
here
nice.
Yeah, I like
before
Norman.
anybody else in the morning,
Yeah.
and now he gets the door for me because none of you
No,
guys get
no
the
one
door
ever
for
lets
me.
him in. No one ever lets the poor kid in. Every time I'm here,
Nobody
you're
lets
not
me
here.
in.
all the time.
I know.
Am I the poor kid?
No, you're not
Because
here.
no one ever lets me
Well, no,
in.
because Norman's standing outside waiting. And
Same.
and he's knocking on the door, and I think that's just laughing.
Same.
Yeah.
We
at this
are.
point.
You're knocking, and we're just looking
now,
at the
now
thing.
that I know that he hasn't earned it yet, he hasn't gotten the stamp of approval.
Yeah, he doesn't
that's-
have the key. No, Norman is great.
He's great.
I am a big fan.
I like
He's
the
been
kid.
helping me out a lot.
I like him. He's a nice kid.
Great guy.
Where'd you
yeah.
find him?
I just
Yeah,
put out actually no. I was in talks at one time with another company before here about buying my site, and when I was looking for new employees when I started here, he was recommended to me from someone over there. They were like, "Hey, this guy has experience."
And you kept him in the Rolodex.
with wrestling and with like the kind of like entertainment news vibe that you kind of like. So
good pick.
he worked
Good
out
pick.
very nicely.
Yeah, because both he and you, when I walked in and said the same thing, did you see Raw last night? And he said, because Norman and I were talking about it, we both feel like Raw has been very similar to like Saturday Night Live, to where you just keep getting bad episode after bad episode, but last night seemed to be the ones, it was a good episode. And so there were, are you under the same opinion that it was a good episode?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So two big things happened. This is spoilers for anybody who, I haven't seen the episode, but I kept up with the spoilers. The two big spoilers, the first, and we'll talk about it too, is that Ric Flair was celebrating his 70th birthday. They had a whole bunch of people inside of the ring. They had a lot of the wrestlers outside saying, hey, this is a big celebration to one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And then Stephanie McMahon does the bad acting that she does. It's like, where is he? So we know something's about to happen. We go to the backstage, and there we see Bautista. Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista
Riley
shows
got it.
up.
I got it.
Riley got it.
I understand that reference.
Dave Bautista shows
I
up,
know him.
drags violently the cameraman to Ric Flair's dressing room, closes the door, and then you just hear some beating happening. They open the door, and a conscious Ric Flair is being dragged by Bautista onto the floor, and then Bautista looks in and goes, Triple H, do I have your attention now?
Oh.
Screams into the thing, does the big anger,
Got
and
that.
then Triple H goes running after him.
He's got a nose ring now.
Yeah, now we get a set up to an eventual WrestleMania match,
Yeah.
correct?
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. And it's great because I mean, obviously not everyone knows this, and but it feels like they're gonna play into the fact that. But that Triple H kind of ghosted Bautista the past couple years, that for real in real life. Like, we reported on it on the site last year. I broke the story that Bautista had been in talks then to be involved in the Ronda Rousey tag match, and then out of nowhere they just ghosted him. So the fact that he's like doing the whole "do I have your attention now" thing is to me seemingly they're gonna kind of go in that direction of like the real life. Yeah,
Vince
totally.
always does that.
Of the real life animosity that there seems to be a little bit between the two of them, and I loved it. I think that you mentioned how the shows have kind of been lackluster in the past, but as of late, but they always amp it up when WrestleMania comes around. I mean, when WrestleMania season is in full gear,
They have to because they want to sell tickets.
totally, and they know that that's as long as the most important thing WWE besides the WWE name is the WrestleMania name, and so they have to make sure that the name WrestleMania is a thing that people are talking about. So this definitely helped with that, and I also didn't even think about it until right now, but Endgame comes out a few weeks after WrestleMania.
Good call.
So it makes sense this time that now finally they're going to utilize Dave's all the press he'll probably be doing for the movie to also be pushing WrestleMania.
Is he going to be doing a lot of press because he died in Infinity War? So they're going to reveal
Are they going to have nobody do press for the movie? Didn't almost everybody die?
He disappeared.
Yeah.
He probably will.
What does the Bautista Triple H drama stem from? Does anybody know?
I really don't know. The speculation.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
This is just me fabricating.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything. What I would guess is that The Rock had a big movie career, right? Bautista went off, had a big movie career. Stone Cold did it okay, but then wound up just doing podcasting, but was cool with it. Triple H tried to be a movie star. Tried a couple of times with Blade and everything else. Failed miserably. Is there a jealousy thing there?
That's the
that
speculation from most people is that and also on top of that is The Rock kind of at least tried doing it through the system at first. John Cena did do it through the system first. He did a bunch of WWE Studios movies and stuff before branching out on his own. Triple H, when he tried, did WWE Studios movie. But Bautista was like, nah, screw this. I'm out of here. Like, I'm not trying to get dicked around. And he left. And he first did the MMA thing, but then he really started pushing heavily into Hollywood, and it worked for him.
Paid off.
And
and he's getting better in every performance too, because he wasn't great in his first performance when he was acting, but he's one of those guys as a student. Because I thought he was the best thing on Hotel Artemis. I thought he was great in Blade Runner. You can tell that his acting is getting much better. He's a hard worker, and you can tell. Because to be honest, I thought he was going to be one of these guys like Triple H, to where it just wasn't working.
Why didn't it work with Triple H?
He's not a good actor.
Yeah, I think
and
that
he's
is
too
the
big.
problem.
And he's too big on film. And he doesn't want to bulk down. Like both Bautista and The Rock, they bulked down, and they look less.
Well, The Rock's bulked up again, but initially, yes.
Yes, but not as when you go back to old school Rock.
No,
he was
totally.
beefy.
Totally.
Like he's cut. And so is Bautista. They're like cut now, and that plays better on film than the big beef. Like you look at Triple H, he's like massive.
Yeah,
and it's jarring.
He's like the guy. He's like the henchman in a movie, as opposed to like a leading role type of thing. And and you're right. I also think that Bautista, because he's been working with such big directors, I think he's truly been learning from them. And I think it was even evident last night in the emotion he evoked on camera.
I agree with you. It was powerful.
It was powerful.
How can Triple H be mad at Bautista for that, though?
I think that there's. I think that it's part. Like I said, I think it's also the fact that he did it on his own and didn't need WWE to do it. Because if you look at it, in my opinion, yes, The Rock is making more money than Bautista, but like Bautista, the fact that he's like in a Marvel movie and is like he's like a big he's arguably as famous as The Rock in terms of like movies. Right now, he's up there.
You've lost me.
He's up there. He's on a Disney ride. The Rock's not on a Disney ride.
The Rock is doing.
He's on a Universal ride.
Rock is
He's on
doing
Universal.
Drax.
But Drax is a big character. But
Drax,
I don't think.
not Bautista.
What I will say is he's very successful. He's probably even more so than Hogan, obviously, in films, because Hogan had a nice film career, but that was just because they were bad movies. But he did a lot of them. The Rock's the biggest.
The Rock's the most successful,
ever.
absolutely, of course.
And then Bautista, I put obviously at number 2.
He's still going.
But going back into that, though, too, this is you have your nose inside of the rumor circle way more than I do. I just hear things from the squirrels. But I hear that Triple H, even though it's like one of these J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson things, that Triple H is not really a big fan of The Rock, and they don't have a great relationship. Is that true?
I don't know if they're not.
I hear they don't have a great
it's very
relationship.
much like a competitive thing. I think they're all those guys from that time period are so competitive with each other.
Yeah.
That I don't think it's that they don't like each other. I think it's that I think Triple H is just all about the business, and he's all about WWE. Now it's his family.
Yeah, it's
family. It's not just his thoughts.
It's like Tony Soprano shit.
Do you know what I mean? Like
it's family business.
Yeah, it's the family business.
Yeah.
So I mean, like Triple H is in line to become Vince McMahon.
But he's the man right now. When you think about it, right now, when it comes to, I think the strongest thing in wrestling is street cred. And it's street cred to where it's with the best product that they have as far as wrestling goes, no one's arguing is NXT. That's Triple H. I mean, that's Triple H saying, okay, listen, we're going to go back old school. And Vince gave him the playground to do whatever the hell he wants to do, and he's done it. And even so much so that they're bleeding NXT now into WWE because the fans want that kind of shit. Is that accurate?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think so, definitely. And I was thinking more of what Roxy was asking. And I also think with the family thing does play a part in why there's animosity with The Rock, and not animosity, I'd say, but like why there might be a little bit. I don't think it's necessarily jealousy. I think it's more so of the family thing of like the fact that
he's a movie star now.
That he's a movie star now, and he doesn't need the WWE, and that the WWE needs The Rock more than The Rock needs WWE
And they don't like
at this
that.
point. And I don't think they like that. I don't think they like being subservient to anybody.
Right, because they build him.
They built him up.
I think that's a crappy attitude to have.
I do too. I think it's the stupidest attitude to have.
But it's old school. It's
unattractive to be like that.
Well, first of all,
It's very petty.
first of all, that's not public, and that's not a thing. That's just speculation. So that none of that is not to say it's not accurate, but none of it is out there for sure.
What I wish people realize is the bigger your players get, the bigger you are. Like, The Rock has brought so much attention to WWE because it's the motherfucking Rock.
Yes, but I think that's why it's not public, because they understand that.
Yeah.
But they also,
Well,
the thing
it
is,
seems like they do and they don't.
well, but they look, like I said, none of that is none of that's
this is
out
confirmed.
there.
Yeah,
None of that's
yeah,
out
yeah.
there. So they
But they very much don't want any. They have learned their lesson with the Hogans and the John Cenas and the Rocks of the world, to where it used to be about building stars, like you said, to build your brand up, But at a certain point, especially once they went public on the stock market and stuff like that, it became much more building the name WWE up. So it's like, if one of them goes, laters. Like, we're WWE. We don't need you. Even the Ronda Rousey right now situation, that was played up on Raw last night, where it was like, Ronda Rousey, it's storyline, obviously, but Ronda Rousey, yelled at Stephanie McMahon, like, I demand you to do this, that, and the other. And she was like, I'm your boss. Like, you don't demand me to do anything. Yeah. And if you want to go. Later, WWE's going to keep rolling on without you. And that's kind of like become their mindset. With everything.
Yeah.
And I agree with you that it's counteractive, that you would think that the more huge players who are involved in wrestling that you have on your team, the bigger your brand looks to everybody else.
Only because we only have about 4 minutes left. I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the fact that another big thing happened on Raw last night, to where you had been speculating it was going to happen in the first place. But and if you're following Pro Wrestling Sheet, whether it's on Twitter or on the site, you guys would have seen that too. The Roman Reigns returned. He returned. So if you didn't know, Roman Reigns, Reilly, was a big wrestler.
I've heard the name for sure.
I showed you the footage of when you were in my office of when him and Brock Lesnar went through the cage and they landed in the thing. It was I forget where they were.
Probably heard because he was.
They were out of the country. Yeah. So anyway, so what happened was he won the championship, beat Brock Lesnar, and then was diagnosed with cancer. Came out.
Well, he was in. It had
been in remission.
He'd been in remission,
and then he was out.
But he announced it to the to the fans. Right, it had come back. So he then said he was going to retire. They vacated the championship, and we haven't seen him since. So the last night he returns.
Yeah, last night he came back and basically said that. First he thanked the fans for their support, because like he said, we haven't really seen Roman since. So he came out, he thanked everyone for their support, said that it actually helped him, and he really, it was really crazy because, for so long, Roman Reigns has been this like polarizing figure where he gets booed heavily when he comes out despite being the face of the company because it's just like the cool thing to do where they boo him. So it was weird. It was nice to see Roman Reigns getting cheered. Yeah, to get him embraced for once. He was very happy that everyone seemed pretty happy to have him back. He came out, he thanked everyone for it, said that their help helped him out immensely, that he's now in remission, that he's going to be returning to the ring. He didn't exactly say when, but he basically said that that the support of everybody was a huge factor in all of this. That it showed him that there were people out there who loved him and it helped him find a purpose in life, and that he's not just coming back to wrestle, but that he's actually coming back to help push, to help cancer research, to help raise money for cancer research, and all that kind of stuff.
Will he be fighting in WrestleMania?
I think so.
You think so?
I think
they're setting it up. Who did he punch in the face last night?
He did the spear to I think Drew McIntyre or Drew McIntyre Lashley trio of guys.
He'll be in that.
I feel like it's going to be against Dean Ambrose.
Oh,
there's no way he doesn't win that, right?
There's no way.
There's
no way.
They couldn't do that. Yeah.
No, and I was wondering if they were going to put him in the main event, because it's it's pretty easy story right there of guy returns from cancer to reclaim his title, but also this is going to be the first year where women are more than likely going to be wrestling in the main event ending the show for real.
That triple threat's still happening.
It's also a lot on his body, and he needs to be able to actually do everything.
All right, listen. So there's a lot to handle there right now. The Monday Night Raw, you can watch the replay if you want to go and check all those moments out. You can also read about it on Pro Wrestling Sheet for sure. All the latest rumors, speculations. Follow Ryan Satin. Is that Ryan?
No rumors, no speculations.
Oh, you don't do rumors?
No.
Oh, really?
Facts. Fact check news.
Oh, you never do rumors?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I apologize.
No rumors, no speculation. Just fact check news.
We'll do rumors and speculation on this show, and then Ryan will tell us whether or not it's fact or not.
I may talk about it on the. I may talk about it on one of the shows or something like that.
Okay,
but
so
no.
all right,
The
so
website,
the website
news,
itself.
the website, no rumors, no
Sorry, I
speculation.
apologize.
Fact check
So
news.
for me, I'll speculate and have rumors, and Ryan will come in here and tell us whether or not that is accurate. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Ryan, thank you for joining us. And we will be back tomorrow. Like we said, we've got James Roday on tomorrow.
James Roday
That's right.
coming in.
From Suits. And, guys, what's that?
Psych.
I said Suits. Sorry, Psych. So I was thinking of Meghan Markle. Not because of the whole conversation with Tiffany. Anyway, so tomorrow we have a lot going on. Join that group, the Facebook group, ladies and gentlemen. Facebook group. Go to Collider Live official group. Join it today. Get your posts out there. And the free-for-all, I'm going to give away tickets for the free-for-all. I'm going to give you a discount code. Join that group. See you tomorrow.